to do this again.
No, I'm looking at Madonna at her 20. She was 20. She's 61 with a 25-year-old boyfriend.
Good for Madonna.
How does anybody not like Madonna?
I mean, talk about female empowerment and being a role model to women.
She just goes after young dick.
Yep. It's what dudes do all the time.
Well, yeah.
In reverse. Yeah. I mean, there are some dudes that go after young dick, I guess, but...
Good for her.
Yeah, I mean, 65-year-old whatever male pop star would definitely be going after women in their 20s, so why not?
Oh, yeah.
If Madonna can get it done, and, you know, look, I wouldn't exactly say that Madonna's in her physical prime at the moment, but hey, it's Madonna, right?
She got a fat ass.
That's true.
Yeah, she does.
That's true, and that does, at the end of the day, that solves a lot of problems.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's happy. You know what I mean? Look at him.
He's a 25-year-old dancer.
Is that Lourdes, her daughter?
Yeah.
That's got to be a little tough for Lourdes, because she's
Maybe.
like the same age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's in her 20s.
She grew up with Madonna, though. I mean,
I guess so.
Yeah.
This is probably, I mean, what's normal, right? Unless she's going to end up dating guys that are older than the guys that her mom's dating.
Who's that guy look like?
I don't know.
Who does he in the face?
Eric Andre.
Yep. There you go. Good call. He looks like Eric Andre.
Like a more muscular Eric Andre.
Yeah, dancer Eric Andre.
Right.
If he didn't eat mayonnaise and fucking, you know,
And ranch
dressing, yeah.
Ranch it up. Investigate 311.
Right.
Well, welcome. I have to tell you, as we start to get to the end of 2019,
Yeah.
I think The View has to be the best show on television.
I don't think I agree.
Why? You think it's fake?
No,
Oh.
I don't. I think that everybody knows their role, and I think
Right.
again, it's the show, but they just
But Meghan McCain does such a good job. Nobody's ever been on that show getting everybody fighting how Meghan McCain does. Every single show, they're fighting with each other.
But didn't they? They always did that.
Not like this.
I thought they always did it.
No, not like this. I mean, Rosie would get into fights occasionally.
And what's her name?
Elizabeth Hasselbeck would
Yeah.
get into fights occasionally. But I think like Elizabeth Hasselbeck ended up leaving the show because she was getting into fights all the time. But not every day.
Do they? I wonder if they don't like each other, or if they all understand. Hey, this is our job.
I think Joy and Meghan might not like each other. Because I feel like they get into fights over nothing all the time.
Dude.
And I don't watch the show, but these quote-unquote news websites do such a service just posting videos of the fights.
Yeah.
Because I will watch a View fight 9 times out of 10.
Sure.
I will watch a View fight all the time. Because they're so much fun.
Yeah.
And even if they do know their roles, and I think that you're right, like there's a reason. You know, nobody's sitting there going like, hey, ladies, you probably shouldn't fight as often. Everybody loves this.
Yeah,
this
they
is
do.
good for everybody involved. I still think you can kind of read on their faces. Like, none of them are great actresses. I guess Whoopi is.
Yeah.
But they're not, I don't think
Did she
they're
win an Oscar?
I think she won an Oscar for something.
Color Purple.
Yes,
Color
yes.
Purple.
But I don't think they're acting on the show.
No, I don't either.
You know what I mean? I think they are actually getting under each other's skin.
She's right. Both people are both sides are failing. Like, that's a pretty simple thing. She's correct, Megan.
What? They're not arguing over policy. They're arguing because they're yelling over each other.
Yeah. That's,
You know, like,
but that's what women do.
like, oh, that's a pretty good take.
That's what women do.
Yeah, leave it to the women to be bickering with each other.
A bunch
again.
of ladies arguing over stew recipes.
What do you expect? You put the women on TV, and what's going to happen? Did you
That's
see
what
the
you get. It's a real hen fest.
stupid? Did you see the fight yesterday?
I did not. I was.
Oh.
Passing gas.
That was passing gas.
I see. I mean, I don't even know what they were talking about. I'm sure they were talking about Trump and impeachment or something like that. I don't really care what they were talking about.
With those sunglasses, Joy looks like a 1970s assassin.
But this fight wasn't between Joy and
Right.
Meghan. This was Whoopi versus
And
Meghan.
Whoopi's kind of the boss. She leads everything.
She is, yeah. She's like the new Barbara Walters.
I also think, if we're going to talk about both sides and we're going to sort of make that comparison, I think we also have to compare the Senate vote before. You had so many senators that voted.
When I listen to like stuff like this before they get into the fights, what they actually talk about on the show, there are people that really watch this show for their news.
For the insight.
Yeah.
For the actual insight.
Yeah, they want to hear the insight, and they want to get like, oh, what's going on in the Senate? Let me turn the view on and find out.
Everyone's an expert. Everyone's a fucking... None of us know what we're talking about.
Nobody does.
None of us...
You're not there.
Know what we're talking about.
No.
You know how you know? Because it's almost down the line the way people vote. People just vote how they like.
Yeah. Yeah, and then, people vote how they like, and then they try to figure out how to justify...
Exactly.
The behaviors.
Lining up on a predictable side of the time. Yeah.
That's it. But that's the way it's always been.
Yep.
It's just now people are more feverishly behind their positions, I think.
To not only impeach but also convict President Clinton for perjuring himself. Yes. Many of those same people are still in the Senate. I cannot believe that they would vote to impeach and convict a sitting president for perjuring himself, and they would not vote to convict a president and remove a president who clearly wanted to use a foreign government for his own personal benefit to impede our very democracy. Right.
See, before they really get into it with like that part, people are just going on Facebook.
I hate when they get dramatic.
I know.
Impede our very democracy. Shut up.
You're on
Everyone's
the View. Like, stop it.
Politicians do it too, though. And when they're in there, I've watched some of the hearings, and they'll say things like, "We cannot afford to impede our democracy." It's like you're telling everyone. They all know that is what's happened. Like, you don't need to say impede democracy. That's something you say to a high school class. It's a dramatic effect. That's like me sitting with other comedians and going, "Our job is to entertain." Like, we know, asshole.
Well, but you see speeches in movies and powerful monologues, and you want to be that person. That's who you want to be. You want to say the thing that's going to break through all the nonsense and really make sense. Oh, I know there's a lot of craziness going on, but did you see what so-and-so said? It really, really did touch home.
I'm a good speech maker in those. I would have said something like, "Yeah, look at yours in Daddy's pocket."
Do you have to do the voice when you do it?
Yeah, they all want to have that big home run moment.
Of course they do.
Nobody's listening anyway. Everyone's just waiting for their turn.
But when you're waiting for your turn, but you're convinced, even though you're not listening to anybody else, you're convinced that the thing that you say is what's going to break through the noise.
We all try to have that moment where they go, "My God, I understand. I see it your way."
My God.
It's so silly.
I know, and you're just...
No one has that moment. That's why everybody yells at each other, because everybody wants that moment. I get it, because I want it. But It's not going to happen.
And then you get upset because you're not having the moment, so you yell at the other person.
Yeah.
Like, but I just said a thing that should have ended this.
It should have swayed you.
Yeah. You're like, that's not what this is about. This is about me yelling my opinion at you and you yelling your opinion at me, and then we repeat until the break.
Yep.
Right?
That is it.
And then we go home once the job is done.
I like Megan looks very stern with her hair like that.
I love Meghan McCain on this show.
I do too.
I mean, I've loved Meghan McCain before this show. Because the McCains are great. They're not like nuts.
No.
But they're tried and true to their belief system, you know? They don't mind upsetting people. Meghan doesn't mind getting people all riled up. It's not an easy job to go on the TV and just get in fights all the time and have a big chunk of the audience hate you and have your... there's one Meghan McCain and then there's four other people arguing with her.
Yeah.
That's a tough position.
She's walking in to get eggs and four hens are just attacking her. How come cultural appropriation? I forget. I'm not going to ask.
What are you talking about cultural? Why are you bringing up cultural appropriation now?
Reason.
What are you thinking, Jim?
No reason.
What about cultural?
Nothing. Just talking. Couple of friends. Go on now.
You're so bothered by cultural appropriation.
No, I'm not. I back it.
Where do you see it here?
Why would you bring it up?
Well, I'm trying to figure out what it is.
Let's go back to the clip.
Democracy for this Republican-led
That's right.
Senate.
But my job
I don't
here,
understand that.
My job here is not to litigate the ethics of it. I'm an ABC political analyst along with being a View co-host. My job is to analyze the politics of it. And I'm telling you
But
the
I'm not
politics
talking about
of this,
you. I'm talking about the
I'm telling
people
you my
that
job
are
here.
the senators
Just let me
that are
finish. I let you talk. Let me
in the
finish.
Senate. The
So
Republican
Yeah, the other
Senate.
lady is babbling over Megan.
But that's where it gets good.
The woman just made a dumb speech. What's the matter, Misty? Speech! She made a speech, and then Megan's responding to it.
When they post one of these videos on the news sites and they're just talking, I'm like, what are we watching here? Once they start talking over each other, especially when you get I let you talk, let me finish. I go, okay, here we go, baby.
By the way, this is how easy you get sucked in. I immediately go, well, see, Megan's trying to talk at you.
I mean, well, yeah.
I'm immediately wrapped up in this shit.
Yeah, there's no reason to get wrapped up in it.
Who cares?
Right. It's like watching this is my cartoons now. You know, this is what I watch instead of cartoons. I watch my toddler, and he's sitting there and he's watching like Wreck-It Ralph, and he's enamored by it. He can't believe it. He's not getting all wrapped up in it, but he's just locked in. And he's like, this is so entertaining. This is great. Let's watch Wreck-It Ralph again. I go, okay. When he goes to bed, Jess, you got to see this clip from. Look at him fight. She's like, what do you think? Who do you think was right? I go, what? Who cares? Just let him fight.
Yeah.
Happening
wanna
now.
hear a
We're
conservative
gonna
perspective on the show
keep,
ever?
girl.
Like-
Please stop talking. Please stop talking right now. Because you know what?
No
What's
problem.
happening? Thank
no,
you.
No problem.
Thank you.
I won't talk the rest of the show. No problem.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If
And
you're
then the
gonna be-
audience, you hear the audience. Ooh.
Whoopi is becoming just a cranky old woman.
Well, she got upset she gets into fights with Meghan McCain too much, and now she doesn't. She just said, "Stop talking right now."
She just became a cranky old woman.
She did. She told the person on the talk show, "You can't talk anymore."
Yeah.
Because I don't like what you're saying.
Stop talking. Everybody's yelling over each other. I don't like I don't like that kind of talk. Go back a little bit. I want to hear her turn into Olivia Soprano.
Senators
Let me
that are
finish. I let you talk. Let me
in the
finish.
Senate, the
So
Republican Senate.
Here's what's happening
wanna hear
now.
a
We're
conservative
gonna
perspective on the show
keep,
ever?
girl.
Like-
Please stop talking. Please stop talking right now. Because you know what?
No
what's
problem.
happening? Thank
no,
you.
No problem.
Thank you.
I won't talk the rest of the show. No problem.
Okay, I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. If you're going to behave like this,
I'm not behaving like
you
anything.
are.
I'm trying
You are
to show a
talking
conservative
over.
perspective.
Yes, we understand
No, I'm not
that.
letting you talk,
but
and then
you
she-
are. But what you're doing.
No, I'm not
Is
do-
you're we're not doing anything. How about this? Former FBI. We'll be right back.
Yeah, well, it really is.
It's awesome.
4-on-1, and Whoopi's a cranky old lady.
But then the one is talking over Megan, and then Megan's talking over Whoopi, and everybody's getting so riled
Yeah, but
up.
Megan did shut up and let that one woman say her piece, and then she's
cares?
responding, and the lady's just babbling
Who
over.
cares? It's not. This isn't about like, oh, Megan's in the right here. This is about look at these people fighting. It's
just don't-
incredible.
I didn't like it.
Why didn't you like
I
it?
felt it was impolite.
You know, those women really should.
Discourtesy is unspeakably ugly to me. I never would have had that happen to you, Megan.
Yeah, you're right. You know what the problem is with these View ladies? They're rude. The manners on these women. Oh, look who's here.
Oh.
What are you doing here?
They didn't tell you I was coming.
Oh my God.
You're kidding, right?
At a hotel last night.
Well, happy you're here. By the way,
You're always welcome, of course.
the name
Come
of
on
this
in.
moment is Not All Surprises Are Nice.
Well, wait a second.
Rich Voss is here, the legend. We had no idea.
This is
They didn't tell you I'm coming
No.
on my album release date.
No, I had no idea. This is,
Who'd you talk to?
I don't want to rat
Say, who'd
anybody
you
out.
talk to?
Whoever
okay.
books this room.
it's Roland. Was it Roland?
Give me process of elimination, so I'll say who it
Was it
wasn't.
Scott Greenstein?
Never heard.
Was it Howard Stern?
No.
Roland Campos?
Close.
Okay, how about we go around the room? Troy, did you know Rich was coming in today?
I did.
How did you find out?
He said it to somebody in the booth for the Christmas show.
He said he was coming in, or did he say I could come in?
I'm not sure of his exact wording.
Who,
I
me?
did know that he said this week. I didn't know it was this day, but he said I'll see you next week.
Who, me?
Okay.
I said it?
Yeah, it's Rich, Mike.
Yeah.
But you didn't know he was coming in. Meaning, when you sat down today, you weren't like, "Oh, Rich is coming." in.
No.
Oh, okay, okay,
He
that's
said-
the question.
I believe he said next week.
Right.
Okay, Travis, did you know Rich was coming in today?
I had no idea.
This is news to you.
Yep.
Wait, I'll ask the number one saboteur of the show. Rob, did you know, handsome Rob, that Rich Voss was coming in today?
Don't half jog like that around the room. It's irritating.
No, I did not.
Oh, well, we are going through a process of elimination.
I did not know either.
I did not know.
I bet you're Roland knew.
What is going on?
Did he know you were coming in and just didn't tell us?
Maybe made a mistake. I got all the.
He forgot.
Yeah, he's busy. You know, he's booking 14 shows, right?
I mean, he's a talent booker.
Yeah, it's the job.
Yeah.
That'd be like if Jim and I were like, yeah, we're busy. We host a radio show in the morning. It's like, well, no, that's
Yeah,
your
but you're
job.
hosting 5 of them.
We're not even hosting one. But yeah, no, you got to do your.
Well, I didn't know who's your other
Stop
guest.
being codependent and defending someone who made an error.
You know, it's called not being a snitch.
You are a snitch, and your voice sounds terrible.
I know. I woke up with a sore throat from the hotel. No, it's not. I'm not sick.
You have a sore throat. That qualifies you as being sick.
No.
No.
Maybe the guys come with sandpaper.
That's true.
Hey, can you get me a coffee with a milk and a Splenda? Open a fresh container.
Open a fresh container.
Yeah, Rich likes
Of
that.
milk.
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course.
You don't want. You know that.
No,
Wait,
especially in
who's
this
your
office.
guest today?
We have Rob Bartlett
Rob
coming
Bartlett,
in
yeah.
later on.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
Who else?
That's it.
Just Rob today.
No, today's a
we're
great
happy
day
you're
for
here.
you.
We just didn't know you were here.
If somebody had said, would you like Rich on Tuesday, we would have said, sure, that works. It'd be perfect. But it's just when a legend walks in the studio and it's a surprise to us, Jim and I go, huh?
Yeah.
It's so crazy on your album release date when I saw Hamilton coming out on iTunes today that I wouldn't be in here.
We didn't know the day it was coming out.
Honestly, I didn't know that today was your album release date, but if I had found out today was your album release date, I would have said, why didn't our friend Rich come by to tell the world that his new album, When I Saw Hamilton,
Right.
is out
All
on
about
iTunes?
Ryan.
What? When I saw.
What?
I mean, it's so inside.
Ryan Hamilton.
No, I know.
I know. I know. I got a pair of those too, those bunny eyes.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. Yeah. And there might have been a conversation literally, I mean,
That I
Yesterday.
would tell him that later?
No, yesterday
About guests coming in.
about another guest that was maybe improperly
booked on a date that we already
Maybe
booked.
he thought I meant next Tuesday or, you know.
I mean,
'cause-
Christmas Eve. He might have thought that, well, Rich will be in
Well,
on...
Rich is the type that would, if you know what I mean.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
You're saying Rich is the type that works on Christmas?
No respect
Yeah.
for our Lord.
Yes.
Chinese food and work on Christmas Eve. That's what we do.
You do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what we do.
Yeah.
And we make money on all the presents you buy from our stores that we own and the bank. They go through our banks. That's what
I mean-
we do. You think that's true?
Yes.
No, I mean, you kept going, you know?
I believe it 100%.
Well, welcome, Rich.
Well, what's your agenda so far? I kind of walked in on this, and I'm sorry that
We just
I
talk about the view,
interrupted.
nothing. It's fine.
Yeah, no, it's not your
We
fault.
weren't doing anything
We were just
important.
talking about the last fight on The View and
You
how
just
entertaining
yapping.
it
Who was it?
Megan McCain and Whoopi.
This one was Megan versus Whoopi, not Megan versus Joy.
How long ago was this?
Yesterday it happened.
What did they fight about?
Megan was talking.
That was it.
And Whoopi said, stop talking. And Megan said, well, I'll stop talking the rest of the show. And Whoopi said, good.
Ugh. Why don't they just call that show Cat Fight? So stupid. It all started with Tom Selleck.
What do you mean? it
No,
all
that was a
started-
different show. That was Rosie. Oh, that was Rosie's daytime show. That was not The View. When she asked Tom about the guns,
Oh, yeah.
that was
yeah, where it
Rosie's
got-
daytime
No,
show.
that's where it started on Rosie, and then The View came along. I'm saying it started
That's actually not a
somewhere.
good call. I mean, not a bad
You
call.
know, you're right the first time. It's not a good call. They're two totally unrelated events.
Well, that was when.
Started when Jack Parr had on Groucho. No, it didn't.
Well, Rosie.
Who walked off of who? Who did they walk out on? Joey Behar and Whoopi. What guest years ago they just got up and wouldn't?
Oh, did they?
I don't know.
I don't remember.
But
It's grandstanding, whoever it is.
But I will say that, yeah, because morning, kind of those like mid-morning shows were all kind of nice and polite and just like silly and stuff. And you're right, Tom Selleck did Rosie, and it was like the most controversial thing ever because Rosie decided to get political.
Oh, it was about gun control.
About gun control.
But
it's right after
Bill
Columbine,
O'Reilly, they
right?
walked out on.
who?
9 years ago, they walked out on Bill O'Reilly.
Whoopi and Joy walked out on Bill on their own show?
I don't remember
Yeah,
that. That's
they got
really-
up and went and sit with him.
That's not the
Why?
way to do it. Why don't you just get him to walk off like we did to Nancy Grace?
Yeah, exactly.
Just insult him until he leaves.
sulking out.
No, you just insult him. That means Bill won.
Let me watch this for a minute. I just want to see for a second. It's only a minute.
You go back to the beginning of the Bill clip.
What happened?
And let me break this to you. 70% of Americans don't want that mosque down there. So don't give me the we do.
Oh, this was... Remember that story of the
mosque on
being-
9/11? And he was right. Most Americans didn't want it there.
Now, is this just a weird video, or is Bill wearing a satin suit?
Both.
It's a weird video.
Yeah.
Because Bill is wearing a satin
The
suit.
mosque at Ground Zero, I'm guessing, but that was 2002. But it was the mosque at Ground Zero. And, all those people were murdered in the name of Islam. And, look, we just refer to that. It'd be like, believe me, a bunch of Christians ran in and murdered somebody. They wouldn't want a church right there. It's just silly.
Yeah.
Bet on that? You want to bet? I'll show you that poll in a minute.
All I'm saying is that Americans don't want.
70% don't want it
But
down
why
there.
is that? But why aren't we
Because
saying?
it's inappropriate.
Why is it inappropriate when 70 families died? What are you
Muslims killed
talking
us on 9/11.
about? Oh my God! That
But it's not, Whoopi. She's panicking. That's what happened.
She's upset. I mean, this is 10 years old, but she was upset.
Didn't kill us on 9/11? Is that what you're saying?
Excuse me, extremists
What
did
religion
that.
were they in?
What religion was Mr. McVeigh? Mr. McVeigh was an extremist as well, and he
They're
killed
pissed.
Isn't it funny how people just can't acknowledge? Yeah, that's what happened on September 11th. We understand.
I mean, I just think it's funny to watch.
What
Like, have a TV show where you have 9 people just yelling. I would honestly watch 9 hours of this.
I
Just
find
people
it-
yelling at each other.
I find it irritating. Like it just irritates me.
You know
'Cause
why?
It's everything I dislike about people.
You got
wait,
you got to just watch the circus, Jim. You're
Sometimes I can watch the circus.
you have you know what your problem is? You
My
have
dick is too big.
that's an issue. You can't find pants. You have convictions and character. You got to get rid of that stuff.
No, I'm just listening to her act like she doesn't. It's every argument. That's every mentality that goes into fucking scolding people for saying shit they shouldn't say.
Don't worry about all that. Just watch the people yell at each other. It's
No.
the greatest thing you could ever see.
I don't enjoy it that much.
Really?
No, I can watch it for a minute. Like I want to see what happened, but it's not like it doesn't like I don't like. Oh,
I guess
I've seen that. I did that in a tough crowd.
I mean, I watched, when you guys would yell at each other at Tough Crowd, I'd be like, this is the greatest thing ever. When I go back at Tough Crowd, I like the uncomfortable Tough Crowd stuff. You know what I love from Tough Crowd?
The paychecks I loved.
Yeah, those are nice, huh?
They were good.
I like when Rich Voss made Dat Fan feel bad about himself.
I emailed him and apologized.
I remember you said that. You apologized for that, but if you go back and find it on YouTube, it's still great.
But Patrice did it a little
And
more.
Patrice too. Patrice had the ability to make people feel very bad about themselves.
Yeah, he only had the ability to make people feel bad about
On
themselves.
the best day of your life.
Yeah, you'd have the greatest news ever. Patrice could really squash that, couldn't he?
Doing his dumb documentary. He would have never came and done my documentary. No, he did do ours, the other one, but you know what I mean? He wouldn't have went out of his way. Did 8 or 9, hosted eight fundraisers. You know, he would have never. He would have never. He was
Never.
a creep.
He would have been over it by now.
He would have.
I've moved on. He's dead. I
Patrice
moved
documentary. Oh, his benefits. He literally, if I died in November of 2011,
Yes.
he would have been over it before we did the first benefit.
on. Yeah. Once the ball dropped.
Why?
Once the ball dropped on 2012, he would have been good.
He would have done one.
Yeah.
He would have done one,
Yes,
and the other ones, he's like,
I know.
let's watch this. Let's watch them walk off her awful shoes. Should be sticking out from underneath a house.
Those are like Crocs with heels on them.
Terrible.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit here now. I don't want to sit here now.
Joyce won't sit for it.
You're outraged about Muslims?
And then Whoopi jumps on the band. Oh,
Let's go, Joy.
Ew. This is awful.
Joy will be talking.
I'd be sitting there at that point. If I
I
were
would've
Bill
said-
O'Reilly, I'd be sitting there going like, okay, I have one mission only. I have to get every person off this couch. I have to wait until I'm taking over the show today.
And by the way, I like fucking Joy Behar.
I like Joy Behar. I like Whoopi. I like all of them. I don't care.
I would say, thank God, I didn't want him here anyhow. I wasn't going to do the show because of those two.
Wouldn't it be great if he had said that? Oh, I didn't want him here anyway.
Yeah, finally, we can talk about those idiots.
You just turn over to Barbara. Finally, Barbara, it's just us.
Yes.
Are you looking for a new co-host, Barbara?
Oh, I love it.
It's
Wow.
because he's Bill O'Reilly. No matter what point he would have came in there with, they would have gotten mad at him, yelled, and walked off.
Now he can't even get booked on The View.
I wonder if he could if he wanted. He might, but he just wouldn't like the questions.
I
He
doubt
could
it.
probably get on The View if he wanted to, because they would ask him questions he didn't like.
He's not in the public eye anymore. I mean, nobody.
No, but he's still Bill O'Reilly, and he's still a guy who people would want to know what's he been doing now. And
No,
they
that's
would
like
talk to
saying,
him.
would they book Harvey Weinstein?
No, it's much different.
I
much
He
different.
didn't rape anybody.
Yeah, this way very
no,
different.
but he sexual assault. It's in the same category.
Bill O'Reilly interviewed the president,
He did interview
Yeah,
the
so did-
president,
so I
So
mean,
did Mark
but he's
Maron.
not. He's not getting.
he's not getting the press. I guess his fans go to where he is.
That's it. Yeah, Bill
Um,
O'Reilly's figured out what a lot of people have figured out. Like sometimes the big spotlight goes away, and you just have to figure out how to get your loyal fan base, a small loyal fan base, to just follow you and pay for that.
And it seems like what he's doing. I don't know how long he'll do this or how many. I'm sure he does okay. He's got money saved.
Yeah.
But he's still, if he can still interview the president and he can still keep it going, maybe he says, hey, look, in a couple of years of fucking just doing this, things change and I can pop back. Who knows?
Wait, did he interview Trump? What president?
No, it was Woodrow Wilson.
Well, I don't know. You're talking about
Yeah.
like it could have been anybody.
No, I
when
think
he
it was this Thanksgiving. I think it was recently.
on his podcast.
I'm guessing. I mean, they probably know each other.
Is he still doing his killing people books? Remember he did like Killing Jesus.
My mother
and
gave
killing...
me one of those, Killing Kennedy.
Yeah.
He's actually a best-selling. He breaks the #1 bestseller, so he certainly
did
has
he
a
write
career.
that?
I don't know. I'm not.
I don't know.
Reader.
He's-
Yeah.
It's like James Patterson now just throws his name on everything.
Voss says, I don't know. I'm not much of a reader. Yeah, I mean, it's also not. It's not like Bill O'Reilly got an interview with the president. It helps that Trump is the president, right? That Bill O'Reilly got the interview with.
It's still pretty, like, considering everything that's happened and the fact that he's on a podcast. It's still like, all right, well, he's still interviewing the
I think
top guy in the country.
Trump did O'Reilly a solid.
Maybe, sure.
Because O'Reilly had his back for all those
Probably
years.
likes him, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd do Bill O'Reilly. What happened to Glenn Beck? What the fuck is Glenn Beck doing?
Didn't he do The Blaze?
Is that what he's doing? Oh, okay. 'Cause I remember Stunt Brain was doing his
Yeah, I think he's doing The
doing
Blaze.
his show. Okay.
What's the Blaze?
It's like a conservative network.
It's still
thing.
around, right?
Yeah, oh yeah.
And that's his?
It was. I don't know if he's still running it or not.
It's amazing how many
No, it
people.
looks like he's doing a podcast on YouTube.
Oh, he is.
Yeah.
Over the years, how many people I did Red Eye with?
Mm-hmm.
Like that are not. I can't remember all of them. There's so many episodes. But I did it with John Bolton, who's at the center of this whole thing. All these guys that are now big political figures. Dershowitz. Like
You did it with him?
I did it with him. Well, yeah, but I knew that he was Dershowitz, and I actually wanted to talk to him. So I actually stood and chatted with him while I was waiting for his car. I'm like, I'll never get a chance to fucking
Chat with Dershowitz again?
Yeah, I mean, he's such a legendary lawyer.
Yeah.
But yeah, you do these weird little. I miss
You
Red
talked
Eye.
about OJ?
No, Epstein. I asked for his number, he wouldn't give it. No, it was. But you I missed doing that show because there were so many interesting people.
Was it the Gutfeld years?
Yeah,
A lot of them?
Yeah, and I did it with Christopher Hitchens. Even though I didn't get to meet him, he
Who's
was on-
Christopher Hitchens?
he was really
He wrote the big article. Women aren't funny,
and he wrote a book called I Think God Isn't Great. And he was an amazing speaker. Like when you listen to, he's dead now. He's British,
Yeah.
and he would talk about. He was very anti-PC, but he was an incredibly entertaining speaker when he talked about free speech. He would debate religion all the time.
Right.
Didn't he get a little religion when he was dying
No.
of cancer?
No,
No.
I think he didn't. He said his friends prayed for him. He said
Oh, I
something-
know that guy.
He
now
said
that I see
something
his
nice
face.
about how he appreciated their prayers, and it was nice, but
Oh.
it's still not convinced. But he was a great fucking. There's something he did. If anybody, when you watch it in your free time, the a speech in Toronto about language and Islam and political correctness, and he was so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the side he took was never really predictable. He was great.
Oh, he wasn't just like anti-PC for the sake of being anti-PC?
No, he was for free expression and with no real boundaries on what you can say, and he was just a really, really bright guy.
Mm.
I'm sick of that. Everybody's going at, like Leno makes a dumb joke.
Oh, I know.
You go after his job. They always want to go after what
Are they
you do
trying to
for
get
a
his
living.
car show off the air?
Yeah.
Whatever.
It's so
they
silly.
never go
Yeah,
after. They never go after like a roofer.
Well, roofers would never make such inappropriate jokes like that, would
They
they?
said, wait. How do you go from one extreme, okay, a dumb joke,
Mm-hmm.
to you can never work there again?
Well,
Because it's not
if-
about the joke. It's about people's. It's almost like in a war. You don't look at each soldier individually. You're not looking at it like, hey, that's Johnson. You're just shooting a guy with the other uniform. That's all this is. You're shooting a guy with the other uniform.
Yeah, but the left
Plus-
will go after the left.
Oh, yeah,
They're
no,
not
I
the
know.
enemy. They'll go after each other.
But they see somebody who's you're right, but they see him as a traitor to the uniform that they're wearing because
Yeah.
he's doing something. It's so fucking silly.
Well, it's not even because the right goes after, historically, have gone after people too.
oh yeah,
Sure.
no, I'm not saying they don't.
I
It's
think
just-
it has everything to do with, we've always been fascinated with taking people who achieve a lot and then tearing them down. And it's like now we figured out this new way to do it. We could just wait for you to say something sometimes pretty innocuous, like not a big deal, and then we can tear them down.
That's why I'm glad I never achieved really anything good.
What are they going to tear you
It's a-
down from?
Yeah, what do you want to do? Kick over a molehill?
Yeah. That he lives in.
Now, Rich, I did just get word that your album comes out tomorrow, not today.
Oh, give it a day.
Wait a minute. Is
Wait.
is Rich Voss? Oh, no, but then again, we weren't even told you'd be coming tomorrow. It wasn't like we had to.
No, it says on iTunes.
Yeah.
Expected today. I know pre-sales are going, but
Pre-sales is not released. If it's
No.
released, it would just be sales.
look, go to iTunes. It says.
Okay, I'm being informed it says tomorrow.
Oh well. I'm here. No, I
Where'd you
looked
tape it?
at brokerage.
Either way, we'll promote it. I
Of
mean,
course, go and pre-order it today. I just think it's funny that
Yeah.
But
you
it
didn't know
says
when
if
the
you-
album
no,
was coming
No,
out.
my-
If that's true. I haven't
my-
seen the iTunes.
No, my manager said it comes out today.
Okay.
Is today the 18th? Ooh, I think I'm
Today
gonna
is the 17th.
go. Not in Australia.
Unfortunately, Rich, today is not the 18th.
Came on
Let me
the
look
wrong
this-
day.
He did come. Unfortunately, Rich is here on the wrong day. Let me look up. I got iTunes on my phone. I could tell you right now. Should we find out, Jim?
Yeah,
You're
please.
very curious.
Very.
Okay. Let me search for Voss and Hamilton because the name of the album
Is when I saw House.
is When I Saw Hamilton. Let's give it a search ski, and it is available for pre-order. Oh,
That's
for
right.
only $4.99. Everybody should get that
pre-order
for
it.
$4.99. Pre-order it. It is expected to come out December 18th, tomorrow.
That's fine. You pre-order it.
Of course, it's fine, but it's not fine to come in and announce that you're
I
here
know.
on your
No, it's
album release day.
humiliating.
Yeah,
It's
that's
humiliating.
Not only will the sun come up tomorrow, so will my CD.
right. Who would have thought, huh?
Oh, the opening track is about Rich eating a vagina.
It says I can't do this anymore.
No patience, young people, babies. That's great, man.
Yeah.
How many albums do you have?
That's my 6.
6 one.
I'm working on. I taped another one the other night, but it's all clean material from all my other albums because I want to get on the other. On
Yeah, Laugh USA is the
So, so I made
Smart.
I made a clean album. I want to. I don't know what you call it. Like,
Is it like a best of?
yeah, best
Yeah.
new stuff. And
You
best
taped it or you redid it or you just put them
I
together?
No, I redid it.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Call it
That's
like
interesting.
clean, no sex, no drugs, and not funny.
I've thought of trying
Yeah.
to find bits. I don't think they can play bits on Laugh USA because it's actually a good station, but
Yeah.
they want totally clean. It's free.
I think they play bits just like any of the other stations.
No, but it's got to be really clean.
Oh, yeah, totally. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not
I-
just no curses.
I
Yeah.
taped super clean. I didn't even do recovery material. I didn't even talk about drugs or
No sex,
any of that.
drugs, or rock and roll.
none of that stuff. You know,
Where'd you tape it?
marriage. I did it at Underground, the Fat Black Pussycat, but I might retape because it was a great set. You know, it was like 50 minutes, but it's not the biggest room.
By the way, you shouldn't be promoting your clean record, which is not even conceptualized yet when your new album is coming out tomorrow.
Well, you asked me how many I have.
You're right, I did.
It's just, I was gonna.
I love you, but I want you to promote your proper record.
I was gonna talk about the actual album, but I figured I'd let him talk about the
one
next album, the 7th
not
album.
the theoretical one that you might release to Laugh USA.
I'm definitely going to release it.
I mean, you might re-record it though.
Yeah, what do you want to tour Cracker Barrels with? What are you doing?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
No one. I don't think any comics have ever done like the best of or greatest hits albums. You know, taking their stuff.
Yeah, of course they have.
Hey, what comics?
Rodney.
Man?
There's a Rodney's greatest hit. I mean, there are compilations on YouTube. Pryor had a bunch of greatest hits albums.
Adam
No, he
Sandler
did?
did a greatest hits album.
I mean, comics nowadays.
Well, now
You
because
were-
everything is on Spotify and
yeah, you just put nobody. You know what?
it's all
People don't put out albums as much, except on Spotify.
Eddie
Like,
Murphy
they don't put out
greatest
CDs.
comedy hits.
Yeah.
God, you guys make so many good points.
Yeah.
But I still
Look,
think
Gary Clower put out a greatest hits.
Yeah, he did. I didn't care for it as much as Gary Clower's individual work.
You like them? You like the album because you like the deep cuts.
I think it's a smart move. I
Putting
think
out a
what
best
Rich
of?
is saying is very smart about getting just onto Laugh USA. I'm going to try to do that.
Here on Sirius.
Yeah. I just didn't know. I just didn't know if I had enough clean bits or any.
Yeah, that's the problem. You start going, not this album. Not this album.
Yeah, you got tons of clean bits. But it's also not only clean, it's got to be politically correct.
Does it? I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, you can't, you know.
It just can't be controversial.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
kids will be, I think, because
Because families. Yeah, I'm doing something about queefing over the face of a corpse.
Oh, but are you saying fuck?
No.
Oh, okay, so that should be fine.
yeah.
Yeah, that should be okay. I do love the idea of kids listening and then laughing at like one of your clean jokes and looking you up and just being their whole childhood
Daddy, this
destroyed.
man's nice.
Yeah.
Well, I was once, I think it was Matt Reese was on like America's Got Talent. I think it was him.
No.
And Heidi Klum said, I don't know, I would never bring my kid to see you in a club. Well, yes, it's a club.
Were you bringing your kid to a club at night
why would
for?
you bring
You're
it?
not
That
supposed
was her
to.
response, and he didn't. I think it was him that he didn't go after, going, well, why would you bring your fucking kid to a
You're not
club?
supposed to bring your kid to
know.
a club. You're supposed to go on a date to and then
Yeah.
use me as an aphrodisiac.
Do you think your comedy is an aphrodisiac?
Oh, I know it is.
It is.
Because your laughter is an endorphin release, and I can see it as I'm talking. Just I'm wetting the pussies.
That can go on Laugh USA.
No, I have to change that. I'm wetting the hoo-has. I'm going to start using
that's
cute
good.
little euphemisms.
That's good. Wetting the who?
Or the baby tunnels.
Disgusting.
Yeah, exactly. It's like in Vietnam when they were fucking, like what Vince D'Antona would do, crawling to the fucking, looking for fucking Viet Cong soldiers. Ventriloquist, he's dead now. Do you remember Vince?
Yeah.
Vince D'Antona and George. And Vince, he was in Vietnam, and he would do what a tunnel rat they called him, where he would kind of crawl and to look for the fucking North Vietnamese soldiers when they were out on patrol. And he was, I guess was he doing ventriloquism that way? Was he like talking to himself? That was what I heard, but I don't want to misquote his life.
I worked with him once on the road, and we get to the hotel, and I was in his room, he was unpacking, and he was putting the dummies' clothes in dresser drawer.
Vince
under his-
D'Antona?
Yeah.
Is that? Because I always heard that attributed to Otto. Was that Vince D'Antona?
That was Vince. that did it.
Oh, maybe because they both had-
Otto. I would sit with Otto, and he'd go, you know what George thought of today? Like the dummy, he would say what he thought of. Not
Wow.
him. Yeah.
Because he would think. Well, I mean, are we that far away from somebody going like, "Oh, you know what Chip Chipperson said to me today"?
I've
know.
said that.
That's what I'm saying. Like the
Yeah,
same
it's
way
just-
the dummies
It's
they're
the
communicating.
losers. Yeah, that's his
Jim is
dummy.
basically a ventriloquist act without a dummy.
Yes.
He is the dummy.
Chip is my dummy, and you're Bonnie's.
Yeah, Bonnie goes, "You know what Voss said to me today?" And people go, "Oh, no, we're not there, are we?"
Yeah, Vince D'Antona was a really nice guy.
Yes, he was great.
Fuck.
When my daughter was born, my first one, and I mean, what's she almost? I think she's 30. We were
Not
doing,
sure.
We were doing Long Island, you know, or some. We were doing tryouts up in Westchester. And
Nice.
and the next day, after he brought a little dress.
Oh, it's nice.
You know,
Yeah,
as a
good guy.
gift, he was just a nice guy.
That is
You know,
nice.
I wasn't real close with him. We
Right.
knew
Good
each other.
ventriloquist too. He was
Yeah,
really
he was
fucking good.
So the
Yes.
album, Rich, the people should go, unfortunately, pre-order, because it's not out till tomorrow. This is actually not release day, is called When I Saw Hamilton. It is not a clean album or a ventriloquist album. It is an album of classic, new Rich Voss material.
Yeah, it's good.
I've heard only good things. Unfortunately, I haven't heard it yet because,
We don't have a pre-copy.
well, today is not release day.
No, it's not.
Today is not release
Pre-order
day.
Oh, I should have brought in a copy.
Also, we just found out you were coming in when you walked in.
Yeah, we didn't know.
Oh, yeah. So that's another
I have it
hiccup.
all on text messages.
I believe you.
See? I totally believe you. I want to say.
I don't want to throw.
You're
him,
not. This is work. It's not
Look, I don't want to throw him under a scaffold.
Scaffold?
a scaffold.
You can't fit under
scaffold.
a bus.
I know, but a scaffold.
SCAFFLE?
Scaffold.
OUL. Yeah, scaffold.
Yeah, not scalpel. Scalpel's what you cut somebody with.
Scalpel.
Scaffold.
Okay.
Scalpel.
I'll just read it to you.
Okay.
SCAPOLL?
Got hotel Monday night. See you guys Tuesday morning. Cool.
And when was that sent?
Thursday I sent
Thursday.
got hotel Monday night. See you guys Tuesday morning. Cool. Today in Uber on my way.
Maybe we missed it. Maybe Travis missed it. I wouldn't be shocked. He misses a lot of stuff.
Yeah, Travis
Travis
is
has
a bit of
got
an
a
adult.
bit. He's busy too. He's got a kid. How many kids?
We got nothing from him.
He's got one kid. He's not
Yeah,
that busy.
actually,
I mean, people with
Yeah,
kids
his
have
kid's
jobs.
19. She's fine.
Yeah. The whole reason people have jobs is so they can pay for their kids. That's what Travis is doing.
That's true. And you have to be responsible, or else you lose your job and you could lose your kid.
Good point, Rich. It all
Right.
comes back around.
Way to
doesn't
bring
it?
it home.
Yeah.
Way to bring it home.
Hey, speaking of comedians, did you guys see the picture of Kumail Nanjiani
He's ripped.
just jacked?
No.
I thought that was Photoshop.
So did I. So he's in a Marvel movie or show, I guess. Is it a movie or a show, Travis?
Movie.
Okay, he's in a Marvel movie now.
Okay.
So he went the Chris Pratt route, and you should see this guy all of a sudden. He was such an everyman, a charming guy. He did that rom-com that came out last summer that was pretty good.
Holy shit.
Look at the vascularity on this guy.
But you know what? That makes perfect sense. If you're going to be in a Marvel movie, you got to look like you belong in a Marvel movie.
Yeah, but it's fucked up.
He's
like
Bay
he
now.
He did that in like 6 months. I've been in the gym for 30 years.
The bad thing is this: you're
He has a
first of all,
trainer.
you're cruising when you're there. Second of all, he has to get a. If you have a trainer and a nutritionist being paid for by a studio, and the guy's like, "I'm gonna every Monday," then you would be able
It's
to do
every
it.
day.
It's every. I mean, like every Monday, Tuesday, with like you work out your food schedule,
Yeah.
what you're doing.
Plus, you have this goal at the end.
Yeah, and you have a guy training you to look like this from the studio pay.
Yeah.
You be able to do it as long as you're willing to do the workouts and eat what they told you.
Although you're right, Rich. I've been going to the gym for a year, and I feel like I want to print that out and give it to my trainer and say, "What the fuck am I paying you
Exactly.
for? Look at Kumail."
I know.
He might
That's
work
what
out.
I'm-
He
they
probably
go-
does long ones.
They go, "What are your goals here?" That's my goal. I want all those veins coming out of my shoulders.
He wants them in his mouth. I just want those fucking his traps.
Look at his traps. Look at the pectorals and the abdominals. Look at the vascularity in the bicep.
That motherfucker is jacked.
Oh my
Jesus
God.
Christ.
Go back to the close up on that, Troy. Look at this. Look at this guy. Twitter was going nuts for him yesterday. They went,
Good
"What?"
for him. Yeah.
And they said they would start a whole new conversation about people that are secretly jacked. But I'm like, don't say Kumail is secretly jacked like he's always looked like this. He's just wearing a shirt, because he is not. This is new. He was not on Silicon Valley looking like that.
I want to be
he
secretly
looked like,
jacked.
he used to look like Gandhi. He was all bent over and skinny and
I mean,
stuff.
I don't know that. He was kind of.
He wasn't that
He
skinny.
was kind of skinny fat. He
I
was
don't
kind
know. Is he a comic? Is he a stand-up?
I believe he is.
You have
he a
no idea
stand-up?
what you were talking about.
Not at all.
Yeah, he was never skinny like that.
Oh, he wasn't?
No.
I thought they pumped him up that big. I was trying to make it look good for the trainer.
No, he had like a little weight. He had like a little weight under his chin and everything. Like he wasn't fat by any stretch of the imagination, but he had some, face fat and everything. He was just
Chappelle is huge too. Yeah, they're showing
Yeah,
Chappelle
but-
is giant.
Chappelle got big after he left Chappelle's show. He went to Africa and just started doing push-ups nonstop.
His
Yeah, but
arms
he's
are-
he's back to
huge.
regular, though, I think. Now.
Is he?
I don't know,
He's
man.
not skinny like he used to
No.
be.
Yeah, he's
No.
not skinny for sure.
Yeah, Dave got so big. Oh yeah, De Niro and Raging Bull looked great,
Yeah, but I wouldn't
and
say.
he looked better even in fucking Cape Fear.
Yeah, oh my
when
God.
you see
he
De
was
Niro in Cape Fear, he looks even more ripped than he did in Raging Bull.
0% body fat in
Yeah.
Cape Fear.
Crazy.
Just doing because he had to be in prison shape in Cape Fear.
Yeah.
He looked like a guy who did 100 pull-ups a day.
I want to get in Kamal shape. That's my goal.
Kumail?
Kumail, yeah.
Yeah, me too.
You need 3 trainers. You can't. Hey, you were
Oh
really.
my!
Hold on a minute. 6-year-old girl insult.
First of all,
Well, you're a
need
professional.
I wasn't supposed to be here today, so it doesn't have to.
And by
all
that
be
he means
great.
in a comedy club.
You knew you were coming in today.
I should have prepared.
3 trainers.
You need 3 trainers.
I'm trying to keep it clean for Laugh
I know.
USA.
Fuck you, Laugh USA. What do you think they're going to go to this? Here comes Rich slamming his chum. You need 3 trainers.
The guy goes home and tells his wife, and then he tells his buddy he needs 3 trainers. It's okay, they're friends.
Oh, I'm trying to change your image.
Kids, listen,
You're finished.
You think it's too late for him, Jim?
Oh, it's been too late since 1992. No one likes him.
You think
He's mean. He's a pig.
You think the clean comedy crowd is going to accept him when they all know his short
Great,
stories?
he does 10 clean minutes. Good for him. We're not interested. He's a pig.
Listen,
He sucked dick for drugs.
You think he's getting the corporate gigs that he wants?
No,
it's not gonna
that's what they
happen.
call me. You know, a lot of guys put me in the category of like a Gaffigan or a Brian Regan or Ryan Hamilton, and then I'll go, Voss, you know, we like clean comics.
Right.
You don't need those foul words and talk about sex and all that crap. It's old, man. I'm woke.
Do you use that stuff on the album that's coming out tomorrow?
No fucking way. Are you out of your mind?
Good for you.
I bet I saw the light.
Good.
Wish it was a train.
Look at all those kettlebells behind Kumail.
Yeah, kettlebells are great. That's how I hurt my arm.
Probably swings him like a motherfucker.
What,
You
is
do.
that what they do with those up
They
and down?
feel so good for your core. When you do kettlebells, you can feel it.
And your glutes, too.
Yeah, your whole body. It's a great full body workout. I wish I did more of them, but I'm lazy.
Really?
Yeah, like you put it
How do you
by
do
your
it?
feet.
Yeah.
And then you hold it by the handle and you just kind of swing it. So
Up.
it goes behind your legs and then up and then back.
Yeah, you
up.
really feel it.
Yeah.
That's got to be bad for your lower back.
No, not if you go straight. It's not. No. You
Yeah.
just got to do them right.
Yeah, you got to do them right. Form is important, Rich.
And I hurt my right elbow.
I learned that from Kumail Nanjiani.
Did you?
Yep,
Yes, I
he's my
did.
inspiration.
He's my inspiration too. I put a poster of him up in my bedroom
Who's
immediately.
he playing in the Marvel movie?
I don't know. Superhero.
What's he looking at?
He's
I
looking at-
don't like when people just won't look at the camera. It's like they're not looking off in the distance. Look at the camera.
You know what's so weird about that Kumail picture? Is that,
Kettlebells.
like, he's still got, like, that's a facial expression that you would see him make. Like, he still looks like funny comedian Kumail from, like, the chin area up. But then he's this other person.
Now he has to stay that way for the rest of his life. He has to
I know.
maintain it.
Because the minute he gets even a little fat, people are going to be like, oh, you got fat again.
Yeah. Hey, look at you.
Look at poor Jonah Hill.
Yeah.
Is Jonah Hill fat again?
He fluctuates, and people make a big deal out of it. And
It's hard, yeah.
He has trouble with it. He doesn't like all the constant criticism.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, when you're as fat as he was, and then you lose a bunch of weight, you look kind of weird because you have extra skin, and then you get fat again. You can't get the surgery because you know
Wow.
you're going to gain weight. Yeah, he fluctuates a lot.
Yeah, it's really it's brutal, man. To go up and down that much. What's he in 2019?
Whoa, look at him on the left there.
Yeah, he was a chubby boy.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, he's kind of in the middle
Like
now.
he's in the middle. He's probably at a place where he can actually maintain.
Yeah.
Which
Great
is good.
actor.
He is
Really
a good
great
actor.
actor.
Yeah.
All right,
But
now
yeah,
let's look
so,
at
You
each other.
are a great actor in The Irishman. I watched it the
Thank
other
you.
night.
Why
How
didn't
many
you get
takes-
ripped for that?
I was ripped. I had to put a fat suit on me.
Oh, were you secretly ripped like some of the other celebrities?
How many?
By the way,
takes-
Jason Statham was on that list of celebrities who are secretly jacked.
It's not secret.
Who doesn't know that Jason Statham is jacked? That's like saying The Rock is secretly jacked. Like, no, that's not secret.
We all know.
Maybe it's a poorly kept secret.
What was your acting question?
How many takes? I mean, to do that, because that was a lot of lines you had.
It was just like a long couple of takes. It wasn't.
Did you ad lib a lot at all? Did you? Get
I
that?
brought a bunch of stuff. Yeah, the one thing they use about the one joke they used that was actually one I just brought from an old Rickles album, and they kept it.
What do you call it? Was great in it too.
Sebastian?
Yeah,
he was really good.
He was good in it. I loved that movie.
Me too.
I don't know how anybody could say he wasn't a good.
I
movie.
loved it too.
I think Pesci is the best he's ever been. I thought.
I do too.
I
I think anybody that, Rich, I think people who don't like the movie are stupid. That's what I think that's what it is. That's the answer. They're
I
stupid.
sat and watched it from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Even the part about getting old, when I watched it again at home, it was like, oh man, it's just a lonely, awful existence.
Yeah.
Like, your whole life is just gone.
I think if Scorsese were a younger man, he probably would have ended it
Sure.
when Hoffa died.
Yeah.
But I think the fact that he's an old man and all the actors are old men, the story that they want to tell is the old man story.
It's
at the
an old
end.
man at the end.
That last part that you don't really need for the story, but you do need it because the story they're telling is.
It's Frank Sheeran's story. It's his life.
And it like the whole point of it is look at all this stuff, and it was really for nothing. It was for nothing. He just died alone, asking for them to leave his door open because he was lonely.
He was lonely. Yeah, he just died by himself. Priest told him I'll come back after Christmas. He's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Just going to sit there alone for Christmas. Like he had nothing his whole life.
But is it a known fact that he was murdered that way?
No, you hear mixed. They also say, thank you. It may not have been Frank Sheeran. There's another mafia, Sally Buggs, I think, is the guy that they said might have done it. And they also say that he probably didn't kill Joey Gallo. But again, I don't know.
But it's to say not everything in the movie is definitely true.
Yeah.
I think that's okay. They make the absolute. Nobody's really talks about the fact that in the movie they specifically say, well, the JFK assassination was a mafia hit.
Yeah, he goes, if we can kill the president, we can kill the head of a union.
Right, and people are like, oh, okay, so the mafia killed JFK, and they just moved on.
Yeah, I mean, so many people were pissed off at JFK.
Yes.
At the CIA, the mob, you can go on and on.
But I don't think it's 100% proven that it was a mob hit. And generally speaking, that hasn't been the official story. Now, was it a mob hit? I'm not saying it wasn't.
It's insane that you would eat a relative.
Oh, I get it.
Mashed potatoes, that's kind of funny.
They're not mashed potatoes.
Mashed potatoes?
Oh.
I thought it was
egg whites.
I thought it was an egg because he looks like a bird.
No,
That's what I thought. That would have been a good joke.
Well, how is he a relative of mashed potatoes?
He's just as pale and white as him. Okay, so listen, we're just getting started.
You're right. We're warming up.
Listen,
it's album time. It's exciting time.
When Joey Gallo was killed, he was a mob boss, right? And they took him out. Wasn't he ahead of a family?
I think so, yeah.
Do you think that the JFK assassination could have been a mob hit, like they said in that movie?
No, but they might have helped with guns for like the Cubans. I believe that, but I don't know. I don't think they necessarily hit JFK.
Oh, so you don't? Because for a while you just thought it was a one man.
Yeah, I still kind of do.
I don't.
So you think the mafia could have helped? What's his name?
Oh,
Oswald?
The killer, Oswald. Yeah.
Maybe, yeah, but I mean, the actual shooter, I just think was him.
I see.
I don't
But that
believe-
doesn't mean that he acted alone.
Right, there might have been other stuff, but
Yes.
I mean, him getting killed had nothing to do with. I don't care if Jack Ruby was a mob guy. It had nothing to do with. I mean, Jack Ruby was just crazy. When you read about Jack Ruby and how nuts he was about
Right.
JFK, and I think he hated that Oswald was Jewish too, because I think he was Jewish, and he's like, it's going to make Jews look bad. It had something to do with that too.
So you're saying this was in his character. That would be something he would do.
Yes.
Yeah.
And people are like, why did the cops let him in? Because he knew all the cops. He ran a strip club. He would bring them coffee. Like, he knew them well. They didn't think it was weird when he walked in. It's like, oh, it's Jack. Like, he was just there all the time.
They didn't assume he was there to kill.
No, because they'd seen him so many times.
Yeah.
I didn't know Oswald was
I believe.
Jewish. I don't think so.
You don't think so, Rich?
No.
I mean,
might
you
be
know.
wrong.
Huh?
That's your people.
Could
You
we
would
check
know.
that?
I would
I'm
know
not
that,
sure.
right?
You would know.
I would know it. I've never heard that anywhere. Look at
I may be wrong.
Jack Ruby was Jewish.
Yeah, maybe
Yes.
I'm thinking Jack Ruby a Jew wanted to. Oh, you know what? It might have been about the communist spying. Sorry, it
Who was
might
the
have been
communist
about.
spy?
There was Jewish spies that were like communist spies,
Okay.
and I think he might have been upset that Jews look bad because of them, and I for some reason. I don't know. Maybe I'm mixing that up. It had something to do with being Jewish. Maybe it was because he felt he wanted a Jew to do something heroic, I think.
Troy, did you get happy when you were watching this like big mainstream Academy Award nominated movie and they just said in this true story that the mafia killed JFK and just moved on?
Well, I mean, there's been rumors of that since the beginning.
But isn't it amazing that like now we're at the point where you could like nobody's sitting there going like, oh, that's wild that they said that. They're just like, yeah.
Well, as time goes on, I think more of the truth's gonna come out because like that was our grandparents' generation. Like, they're gone,
Right,
So
you're
it's
not
like,
so connected to it that you can't.
They-
Like Jim was saying, like or maybe that was your acting, Caroline's. I thought I was going to cite something that you said on the radio, but I think you might have said it at Caroline, so I won't cite it.
Where are you going? That's what he said at Caroline's. Where you going?
Do you get it?
Yeah, the people were walking out. Come
Oh,
on.
okay. All
That
right.
was
Yeah.
good.
All right. No,
See,
it
you
was
fucked
good.
up a good
It
joke.
was good. No, Jim and I didn't get it, but it was good.
The FBI took out Jean Benet, too.
You think so?
Yep. It's known.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
No.
In the movie?
No, I didn't.
Yes.
I didn't. Why'd they do that?
They took her out.
Wow. She knew too much. Wouldn't that be great? Wouldn't that be a great conspiracy theory to start? And everyone's like, yeah, they never did catch the killer. Yeah, the FBI took her out. I believe.
The mob.
I believe. Oh, the mob took her out.
Yes.
You said the FBI took her out.
Either one. They're working together.
Same thing,
They were
right?
working together.
It was a mafia hit on Jean-Benet Ramsey.
Yeah. That's a good take.
Yeah, yeah. OJ said the same thing about Nicole. He's like, I think it was a mafia hit. I don't know. It was the mob. He actually did try to blame gangs. He said the Columbia necktie defense. He said it was because she had a cocaine problem and there was a gang came and attacked her.
First of all, how much could she have possibly owed?
Yeah.
cocaine? And she was doing a pound of coke a week. When you have a coke problem like her, maybe you do a gram a night.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's even say 2. So maybe at the end of the week you owe 1,000 or whatever. They're not killing you
For $1,000 a week.
and I think she could get the money too.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think she's going to.
You're shooting down a theory that no one ever believed.
No one did they?
I did.
Oh my
Still
god.
So that's the guy.
That's Jack
Oh,
Ruby.
no.
Who killed Oswald?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the gun looks so small.
Jack Ruby is Jewish, I believe, right?
Yeah.
Jack Rubenstein was his real name.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh.
I started diving into the Roger Stone book.
Oh, his big JFK book where he was like, all the answers are in here. And then we were like, can we ask you about this? And he went, no, I can't talk anymore.
He thinks LBJ was behind it.
Yes.
He said Nixon believed that LBJ was behind it. It's
Did anybody ask Nixon to speak up?
I don't know. I really just kind of.
Well, Roger knew him.
Yeah, but it's also easy to attribute things to Nixon now, isn't it?
But yeah, so I'll let you know how it goes.
Oh, good. I can't wait for the book report.
Yeah.
Troy will walk into 2020 with a whole... guys, good news.
I got notes.
I know what happened to Kennedy.
Yep. Passed away.
Yeah. Excellent. Look.
Yeah, Jackie O, too. She believed it was LBJ behind it.
She did?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boy.
No.
Oh, boy.
And he was a nut. LBJ. I didn't know LBJ was that big of a nut.
He's just shit. He used to dictate while he was taking a shit.
Yep. He used to fuck all his secretaries. He was fucking 5 out of 8 of his secretaries.
That's Clinton numbers.
Yeah,
That's
he was,
a lot.
He was like a real piece of shit.
Big swinging dick from Texas. But yeah, he would take a shit and make you sit there and take notes while he would dictate to you just because he was the president.
Now, that's a power move.
That is a power move. And he had ties to Jack Ruby back in the 40s.
Oh, boy.
I don't believe that Ruby did it for him, though, because he went to jail for the rest of his life and died of cancer in jail.
Oh, so you're saying at
Like, for
some
what?
point he
And
would have
that-
said something.
He ran a strip club. He was probably fucking girl, and obviously wants to he just snapped.
Yeah.
Yeah, on his deathbed, too, he told the truth or something, Ruby.
What did he say on his deathbed?
Yeah, he did. He said, what the fuck? He said, tomorrow. He said, tomorrow, Rich Voss's 6th album, when I saw Hamilton's coming out.
Oh, wow.
If I was alive, I would have bought it.
Oh, wow.
That's what he
Well,
said on
hopefully
his
you got the
deathbed.
pre-order in so
Yeah.
you could still get
And
that
you were
money.
in high school when he shot JFK.
No, 2nd grade. I remember when Kennedy
he
was
hit you with the
shot.
facts.
No, when Kennedy.
I was making a joke.
No, why start now? I was in 2nd grade when Kennedy was assassinated, and everybody had to go home from school. They released all the kids from school. It was like the whole country was like. It
was like the whole country realized the president was dead?
No, it's
Yeah,
like
wow.
when the
Wow.
Giants.
Final year of
it's like
school.
when the Giants beat the Patriots when the guy caught the ball in the Super Bowl on his
Yes.
back, and all the people in New England were sitting there in fucking shock like that.
What was his name? He's more than a catch. David
Tyree. He caught it on his head, not his shoulder.
Yeah.
He
On
caught
his head, on his helmet, yeah.
People
Yeah.
were sitting in New England, just that people lost their fucking houses gambling, and
I interviewed him about that.
you
I
did.
remember that.
Yeah, he didn't realize it was me interviewing him, though.
No.
He thought it was a different show.
The Opie Anthony show, yeah.
Yeah. It was It was a joke we played on him.
More than a catch.
More than a catch. But I went through the book. It wasn't that much more than that.
One of the most famous moments in Super Bowl history, though.
But yeah, his career is summed up by that one moment because he didn't do anything else after that.
Yeah, but it could be a bad moment too. Jackie Smith, I think he was a tight end, dropped a pass for the Cowboys against the Steelers, and that became his legacy because they lost 35-31.
Yeah, look at the guy for the Red Sox where the ball went under his fucking leg.
Bill
Buckner. Yeah.
Or Norwide for Buffalo. The field goals, Norwood, they called him Norwide because
that's right.
They could have won the Super Bowl if he made that fucking field goal.
Yep.
They lost 4 in a row.
They did.
4 Super Bowls.
What a
in
legacy
row.
for the Bills.
Holy fuck.
That was when I was a kid. It was so much fun knowing the Buffalo Bills were going back to the Super Bowl to lose. And you were sure the fourth time, it's such a joke that of course they're going to come out on top this time.
Yeah, the odds.
Yeah, how could you lose 4 in a row?
Some gamblers going, okay, this is the 4th one. They can't lose.
They can't. Oh, God damn it. You got to be kidding me.
This can't be happening.
What do they enjoy losing? Everybody go out and pre-order Rich Voss's new album. He thought it came out today, but it does not. But that is not going to stop you from clicking that pre-order button. It is called The Time I Saw Hamilton.
When I Saw Hamilton.
When I Saw Hamilton.
That's right.
By Rich Voss. If you just go on iTunes or any place else you buy albums from, and you just search Rich Voss Hamilton, you'll find it. It'll pop right up. You can pre-order it, and then you can get it as soon as it comes out, whenever that is.
And Creeps for Kids tour starts up again in January.
It does, right? Where's your first date?
January.
Great. Where's your first date? January.
January, Florida.
Michigan. We're in Michigan.
I'm
Michigan in January. Beautiful this time.
I have no gigs planned. I have a couple going on sale, but that's not until April. So I would just say if you want a cameo from Chip,
oh my God,
go to Cameo, Chip Chipperson. Check out the new animation that's up. It's really good. Done by Sven Stoffels.
Keep it away.
Yes.
I don't eat during the show anymore.
Because we had that falling out?
We stopped putting food in front of you.
Mitch in Florida has a good observation before we go to break. Mitch?
It's actually Mike in Florida, but that's beside the point.
Oh, I read it wrong.
Guys can't. I know you guys can't stop the show every time Rich Voss sounds like a boob.
Right.
But did you guys really pass up that he compared the president of the United States being murdered to a fucking football game and a catch from a football game?
Just one play, not a whole game.
That is a great point.
It's the worst comparison I've ever heard in my fucking life.
See, at least I did the worst thing you've ever heard.
I believe that Jim and I were on the same page. We were befuddled as to why Rich was telling us that the Kennedy assassination was a big deal.
I'm just saying, I was saying it was just people were shocked.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, who would go, yes, I figured he was going to get shot today. Of course everyone was shocked.
The people that planned it, you fucking asshole.
Oh, yeah, they were not shocked. Oswald was not surprised.
Yeah, the mafia wasn't surprised. Neither was the United States government or LBJ.
That's right.
Or CIA.
And the CIA wasn't surprised.
Or foreign leaders.
George Bush was... He
doesn't remember where he was.
No, he doesn't. Well, who does? Who remembers where they were when
I
Kennedy
was in second grade in Miss Bracey's class.
Okay, so
Cedar Brook.
Second grade.
That's
They're like, you're 14, Mr. Voss. You're too old to be here.
It's bad for George H.W. Bush when Rich Voss remembers where he was on that day.
Yes. Third row.
All right. We're going to take a break. When we get back, I think we should take a look. The boys went out to SantaCon. SantaCon was here all over. Actually, I think it was nationwide over the weekend, but I think they do it in many different cities. But they did it here in New York City. It's the most obnoxious event of the year. Just a bunch of frat bros.
They really are assholes.
Yeah. Frat guys who just can't give it up. Like some of them have kids. It's over. But for one day a year, they're allowed to live that life again. They dress up as Santa Claus.
And get drunk.
They get intoxicated and they go bar hopping.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Just like a bar crawl.
A bar crawl. SantaCon is a bar crawl dressed up as Santa.
Oh.
So we sent the guys out there. Mike Montone was on the scene to get the skinny on what was going on. And we'll take a gander at that when we get back.
We'll be back with more Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.
I like them names.
Okay.
No condoms.
Mainly the last part. Rich, did you get your hands on the Jordan Brett 11s? I'm sure you wanted them.
Of course I wanted them. Of course, the 11s and the 1s to me, but the 11s.
Yep.
The 11s, you can't beat the 11. When you wear the 11s, people look and they go, 11.
How old is this idiot?
Yo, look at those sneakers.
I wore mine yesterday.
They're fine.
What you got already? You got them?
Yeah, I got 3 pairs.
Troy, what do you think?
You got 3? What? You don't like them?
They're iconic. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
They're okay. The fucking little color in the front of the toe, I don't like. The dumb red bottoms.
Are you crazy?
No,
That's
I have eyes.
Yeah, and they blink a lot. You're not seeing them clearly.
It is. It's like a strobe light looking at him.
I don't love the bottoms. The black is okay. I don't love the bottoms.
Well,
it's for Chicago.
What happened? I try to get them on the app. Do you go to the app, the sneakers?
Yeah,
app?
I got a pair on the app.
You got them on the app?
Go to the store.
How am I?
You're right. Just head to the store and pick up a pair, right?
I click it at exactly 10 o'clock. How do you get them and I don't get them?
My thumbs are a little longer.
Good point. So,
do you get these?
Yeah, I got 3 pairs.
Well, I didn't get into.
Yeah, I
the
got 3
lottery.
pairs.
How much?
3.
1 to keep.
Yeah.
1 to wear, and then another to keep because they're so great.
In case of emergency.
Right, break in case of emergency.
I'm gonna buy one and just wear it outside and get it dirty.
Wait, I mean, that'd be fine.
Yeah.
Nobody would.
Oh, I got another pair of them, but I couldn't. I didn't get picked in the lottery. So then I get a tweet.
Life. The brains lottery.
I get a tweet. What is it? I am on Twitter.
Yes.
What? No, what is it?
An intimate message. It's an IM.
Is that what it stands for? Intimate?
Yes.
No, it's instant.
He nailed you, Jim. You were fucking with him. He got you.
Instant message.
Yes. So I get a tweet, hey, what town are you in? You know, what state? We'll see if we can locate a pair.
By the way, that wasn't an instant message. That was a tweet that Nike just put out.
No, but I got it. I didn't get it.
You probably have your notifications on for their tweets. Nike put out.
I'll show it to you.
The Nike store.
Show it to him.
I mean, because I responded to it too. The Nike store account put out a tweet publicly.
So he gets it on his phone.
Exactly.
No,
He
but
thought
I
it
got
was-
it in
The instant message box. Let me see it. Show Sam.
Please.
You didn't erase it.
The Nike store account put out a tweet publicly that said,
Yes. Okay,
DM
they-
us.
Do you think they DM
Okay,
Rich?
so that's right. Yeah, look, I got it. I'm not going to
Then
lie.
show him, Rich. We don't think you're lying.
Let me tell the story.
Nike store. There it is. Yeah, the Nike store. And on Saturday,
Put out a tweet, hey, we'll see if we can locate a pair for you.
but not for you meaning the entire world.
Well, okay, so I no.
It was a public tweet,
Okay,
Jim.
this is where you're wrong. Can I tell you what?
Tell me.
Yes, okay, it could have been a public tweet.
Okay.
Tweet, like you said. I like those ones you just passed. So then they said, what's your phone number on the, because I wouldn't give that out publicly.
Right, like your password.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes you got to learn from your mistakes.
Right.
Live and learn.
That's right.
That's what I tell Bonnie. Okay, live, listen, and learn.
That's smart.
I tell her that.
You're a wise guy.
I am. So,
Live, listen, and learn. You
Yeah.
say that to her?
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah. She doesn't do any of them. So they said, give us your number. We'll contact you. I just said, and then I wrote to them, I go, listen, if you can't get me a pair, do not call me. There's no
Why are you
reason.
acting like with Nike that you always act like you're a big shot with Nike, like you're an influencer and Nike's going to be like, oh, we got to make sure that.
Hey, I hate to
We don't
break
wanna
it
lose the
to
Rich
you.
Voss
What I
business.
did- when I was on either Tough Crowd or Last Comic, I was getting free sneakers from them, pal.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Cool.
so
Okay, so
nothing-
25 years ago, you had a
It
hookup.
wasn't 25 years ago.
No, it wasn't? Are you
18.
sure?
Yeah, 15, buddy.
Yeah,
It wasn't 15.
When was
Tough Crowd was 2003 and 4.
Yeah, 15.
Yep.
So anyhow, I get a call. I'm driving to New York. Hey, this is Nike.
17, but go ahead.
Not the end. Well, yeah, the 2004 though.
He was probably getting, but I mean, let's be honest, he was getting the shoes in 2003.
No, I got
17, and what would you do? Would you
2000.
round up to 20?
They weren't Jordans back then either.
What were they? Just random Nikes?
They were nice.
The Larry Johnsons.
They were, yeah.
Larry Johnson. The grandmamas?
Yeah.
It's okay.
So I get a call from the guy. We're talking. I give him, my credit card, and they're sending me a pair. But then I'm driving. I'm going, wait a second.
Wait, who did you give your credit card to? A man from Nike or a guy from a store?
From Nike. Nike called me from Beaverton. Beaverton.
Beavertown. That's where I go for the chicks.
Fuck yeah.
I went to Jim's Caroline show, and you know what the audience was? Fucking Beavertown.
Fucking Rich Chipperson. I got it from Codaville.
So anyhow, I get a pair. I'm getting a pair. I mean, I and then I said to the guy, look, I'll buy 2 if you can give me 2. He couldn't do it.
It was a guy. It was definitely a guy from Nike, though.
If not, then someone's got my credit card.
Okay, look.
I called the credit card company after I talked to him.
Here's the only thing. The way
I'm going to debunk anything.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Okay.
I'm saying the way Nike did it publicly was they put out a tweet. They said, "DM us your zip code." You almost hit yourself with those glasses. DM us your zip code and your size you're looking for, and we'll tell you what stores have it.
Okay, that was through the public. They sent that to.
Yes.
Okay, hold
I'm
on.
going to go to the Nike store and just buy a pair.
Just grab a pair for yourself?
Sure.
Why not, right?
All right.
Okay, so a man calls you, and you give him your credit card information.
Well, after we talked, and he said,
and he was from Beavertown.
Did he send them to you yet?
Beaverton.
When are they coming?
Okay. Do you want me to walk over and let you?
Just read it.
Just tell me.
Okay,
just
here.
finish the story, but
And
I believe.
And
you.
then I'm getting a pair sent to me. I got them already.
That's a big part of the story.
You got them, or you're getting them sent to you.
No, they sent them to me.
So you don't have them.
I do have them coming.
I'm confused as well because now there's no doubt that it was him. If you have them.
Okay, you want me to read the tweets?
Yes.
That came to. Okay, look first here.
This is in the IM box.
Okay.
Do you think Voss is easily confused on the internet?
It's crazy.
Do you want to hear something funny?
Finally.
One of the guys that I buy shoes from online, he complains because I introduced him to Voss, and he complains because Voss is the only person that insists on doing business over email because he doesn't know how to work Instagram DMs.
No, at the time I just signed up for Instagram, but it's email. It's just more personal.
Oh, I see. Yeah. And you want to make that connection.
I like doing business on the personal. When people go to me on Facebook, hey, can you do this? You got to go email me at fucking my email.
But you're talking to them there. What's the difference?
I can tell you what the difference is.
What?
Because sometimes when you're used to email and there are new websites, it can be scary and confusing.
No.
That's true.
No, but
you're like Henry Fonda in the woods.
Let me tell you something, dummies.
Okay.
Sometimes you don't go to Facebook every day, but you go to your emails every day.
Yeah.
So you'll get the email, you'll see it. But if someone sent you an offer on Facebook,
right,
you might not see it.
Right.
And it might, slip away or whatever, or not happen.
Right.
See
like
what I'm
Thanos,
saying?
yeah.
Like what?
Thanos.
Yeah, whatever. So here is the IM box on mine.
Mm-hmm.
Ding. And that's their tweets.
There it is. Yeah. No, that's not their tweets. That's their IMs to you. Yeah, you're right.
Yes. To me.
Yes.
Personally.
Yes. Yes. To you,
Yes.
To you personally, because they realized, we better leave this guy satisfied.
Yeah, well, that's, hey.
So they just sent you an IM out of nowhere.
Yeah,
I'm
but
asking
maybe.
you. Maybe
Yes,
I need an
yes.
audible response for the radio audience. Okay.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They put it out to the public, and I guess some of their, what do you call it? Their top buyers, they're,
Maybe they heard your rant last time. Remember when Voss tried to get the reservation and he didn't get it because of Nike? Maybe they heard that and they were like, "Whoa, we better not piss this guy off."
We don't want this guy coming after us publicly.
Listen, everybody isn't, Jay-Z or something, but I'm a good customer and I'm pretty well known, so you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's
you're not Jay-Z, you're J.O.
So quick.
Speaking of JOs, should we get Mike Montone and Handsome Rob in here?
Yep.
Mike Montone and Handsome Rob, they are a lethal combination.
Went to SantaCon.
They went to SantaCon. Remember when Mick Foley was in here and you kept calling him Santa?
Yes, he loved doing crazy for it.
And you never explained why you were doing that?
How come he wouldn't do Chip? He's busy?
I think, he's doing all kinds of Santa stuff. And he's on the road doing his comedy. You have your pills in an envelope, Rich?
Oh.
They're my vitamins for today.
But you put them in a paper envelope.
Yeah.
So
he carries them in
like
an
a mailing
envelope. He's
envelope.
mailing them.
What am I going to carry them in? What is
a pill carrier?
Yeah.
I have
or a little
pill
bag.
I have a pill carrier. What the fuck? Now you're reaching.
I've never seen anybody take a mailing envelope that you would put a card in and pour
guess
pills
what?
out
That's
of
because
it.
it's never happened.
In the history of envelopes or pills, the two have never been combined.
You never got anthrax sent to you?
You're right. There was the time. You're right. I forgot about that. Mike Montone went out on the street looking very festive. I'm sure you'll be able to see his festive attire on the SiriusXM app in a little bit.
He looks like Bobo in that picture.
Fuck, so many people on Twitter have been saying that.
Well,
Right.
okay, maybe change your look.
It's hard to escape Bobo.
Right. Well, I mean, look, I'm sure that
Christmassy
Bobo
suit.
would love to look like you.
I'm sure he would.
You know, so I'm sure it's a compliment
For
at
him.
the end of the day. Mike Montone, of course, part of the Montone New York radio legacy.
Yeah, the
everybody
lineage.
The lineage. He does our man on the street stuff. And Rob and Mike went to SantaCon.
The video is very good, by the way, that you guys posted. It was it looked good. It made me want to see it.
That was
That
all
was-
hot dog.
Yeah, that was my content
well done.
operator.
Yeah.
Hot dog.
Very well done. It intrigued me, and it made me want to see the rest of the stuff.
It was a fun day. A lot of drunk people.
I last year was walking up First Avenue, and some Santa guy jumped in front of me. He was like making these weird. I'm like, I fucking hate these people.
It's so annoying. When I was walking to Caroline's to see you, it was SantaCon day, and the people that were just kind of too intoxicated, because they do this all afternoon.
They're zooted.
So it's like 7:30, and I'm walking to Caroline's, and the last lingerers are still out there in their dumb Santa outfits.
The worst.
It's irritating.
I hate Santa outfits.
Well, even on Santa?
No.
Not on Kris Kringle.
No.
Not on jolly old Saint Nick.
Yeah, no,
Oh, okay.
I enjoy it.
Okay.
I
It's just
hate
on
it.
other people.
I hate
Well,
Christmas.
of course
I
you hate
the whole-
Christmas. Santa doesn't visit you.
Absolutely not. He passes right by your house.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because he doesn't know we have a new house. He doesn't know where we live yet.
Sees those candles in the window, and he's like, "Not for you. No gifts for you."
That's right.
Good.
Yeah, you don't want any of his gifts.
That's
I don't
right.
want that stolen. I don't like it.
No.
No.
You leave that chair open for Elijah, don't you?
Where
Boss is
are
nodding.
you right there?
That looks like Times Square there.
Yeah, that's around the corner. Was that 47th and 8th?
Yes.
Is this
yeah,
a-
right in front of
That's
the
one of those-
Cabana.
One of those wonderful New York City gift shops. A must see when you're here on vacation.
That's New York.
That's New York. I love seeing people walking around in those I Heart NY or bootleg NYPD T-shirts. Those are
I
nice.
love them 7 for $10. They don't shrink.
Unless it's raining outside, and then the umbrellas become $38.
Yeah. Now, is this Santa thing in the day and it's supposed to stop?
All day.
It was all day. Yeah.
But it goes through the night. I was working in the city that night, and it was horrible. They're
Well,
just
they
all
say there
over.
ain't no party like a SantaCon party because the SantaCon party don't stop.
A hot dog was thrilled by the abundance of drunk white women. He
Yeah.
said he's going back next
Hot
year.
Dog loves celebrating. This is Hot Dog's favorite time of the year because he told me, and we talked about it on the YouTube show that we do on Fridays on my channel, that Hot Dog has maintained employment at several different companies strictly so he can go to the holiday parties at the end of the year.
Does he like the free food and booze?
And he likes the intoxicated white women. He likes that.
Yeah.
It's his thing. So, there's lots of them at SantaCon. And Mike Montone, Rob, you saw them. Should we take a look at the people that
I
they
would
met?
love to see this.
Yeah.
Christmas, a day when the world stops to bask in the love of family and friends beneath a gleaming evergreen and warm their cockles in front of a roaring fire. But first, the annual riotous debauch known as SantaCon. Are you
Hey,
Mrs.
pause for a
Claus?
second. You just wanted to say cockles, didn't you?
I did.
Riotous debauch is good too.
Yeah.
Did you ad lib that or read?
Don't answer.
I mean, that is just,
It sounded perfect.
You're
It
in
was
show,
perfect.
Rich,
It
you're
was
in,
perfect.
you're in the business.
I thought maybe he could have.
He wrote it.
There's one take.
One take.
One take.
I
He just
believe
made it
that.
up off the top of his head, right?
Yeah.
He's like, I'll say some shit, you film me, we'll go interview people, whatever.
Mike's a professional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He makes it up as he goes.
Some people ad lib. Some people pretty. Get right.
You're pretty good with crowd work. You ad lib.
Yeah.
I used to. Now I just do straight clean material.
Well, that's the new Rich Voss. That's the 2020 Rich Voss. That's the Laugh USA. Get some more of those paychecks, Rich Voss.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You got that.
Yeah. Let's play those on a loop on Sirius XM.
That was a good opening. I liked it.
Thank you, Rich.
Go for it.
SantaCon. Are you Mrs. Claus?
I am Mrs.
How are you? How did you and Santa meet, by the way?
Oh no! This is
Isn't I met
Mike. Are
like
you
a
doing the? Now you have to stay in character, Mike Montone.
I just want to. I'm just doing my job. Sam.
It's not even a convincing Mrs. Claus outfit.
She's very cute though.
It's just a cute girl with a Santa hat on.
Yeah, look at.
That's great. Mackenzie Phillips is next to her. That's awesome.
Mama Cass.
Mackenzie's like, where's my dad? I'm horny.
Long time ago.
Yeah, you seem a lot younger than him.
You know, I'm really interested in older men.
One of the questions that I do have about being married to Santa Claus is because it doesn't look like he takes very good care of himself. He's an older guy. He's a little overweight.
Yeah, we talked about this.
He works incredibly busy hours.
Santa has a tough schedule.
Yeah. Does that difficult lifestyle ever result in any kind of erectile difficulty?
I knew that was coming.
Never, ever. He has one night a year. I give him that one night. He has to do what he has to do.
Santa's packing a hefty Yule log.
Yes. Oh, absolutely. The heftiest.
The heftiest.
Santa can totally trust me.
Yeah.
I am loyal. Capital L, loyal.
Santa, one of the things we really want to know.
This is Santa Claus.
Yeah. Why wouldn't he be, Sam?
Black man in a tie and a plaid hat.
I'll tell you why he wouldn't be. I've never seen a bald Santa Claus before. He doesn't have the Santa hair.
That's true. You know what? No, and the beard is not white enough. It's a darker beard. He looks too young.
Yes, he is. He's an African American fella.
Santa's white. How many times have we argued around it? Santa's white.
Okay, Megyn Kelly.
Isn't it funny people got mad at her for saying Santa's white?
Well, I mean, it's a stupid thing to say. I mean, Santa's a white guy.
Right.
He's a fictitious character.
A white one?
He is, but yeah.
It's made up.
But
he
still.
could be purple.
Jesus is white.
No, he isn't.
Oh.
Jesus is
Christ is
definitely
not
not
white.
white.
No, in the Sirocco household, he is.
He is.
Santa's white.
And Santa isn't anything.
Well, the character's white.
Oh, my God.
So if they painted the Silver Surfer green, you'd go, what the fuck are they doing?
I mean, Tim Allen is white.
I'd go, the Santa Claus is.
How about the Hulk was blue? You go, that's wrong.
There's a purple Hulk. You go like, okay, now the Hulk's purple. It's made up.
I know, but still wrong.
I didn't realize.
Santa's a white man.
Wait, Jesus wasn't white?
No,
No, he's darker.
Of course not. You killed the wrong guy.
All right, so this imposter. Stolen valor. Where's Ian when you need him?
Yeah, wouldn't that be great? Ian should have gone to SantaCon.
Stolen valor.
And just had to show stolen valor to everyone.
Yeah.
Because you spend 24 hours is a long time to be flying around delivering presents. You're eating cookies. You're drinking milk. The bathroom situation. Do you ever take a squat in someone's house?
No, the solution is just to wear diapers.
You do the adult diaper.
Absolutely.
Depends?
Yes, depends.
What's the move after you've, made in the diaper? Do you drop it in someone?
Doo-doo. He's like, oh, we're doing a fun radio interview.
Once again, I'm a journalist. That's a legitimate follow-up.
It's something I've been curious about, too.
It is. I felt like when we first when we got to the depends part, I said, all the questions have yet to be answered.
Yeah. You throw it in a...
No, you keep it on the whole night because it keeps you warm.
Really?
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
So you just based in your own bodily secretions?
Yes, sir.
How else would you keep warm? Basting is probably the best way to keep warm during delivering presents at Santa.
You can see people when they're sleeping. You know when they're awake. You know if they've been bad or good. All that.
He's a creep.
Do you ever catch anyone masturbating?
What is with the woman that's with him? Like, can she not stand that you're interviewing Santa Claus?
Well, she has on this Christmas tree sunglasses, and her arms are folded.
I'm here too. I'd like to respond to everything you're asking this gentleman.
He's a creep. He's a creep.
He's a creep. I've got something funny to say, and then the whole time, like, he was talking about like doo-doo in the diaper. She was like, yes.
Yeah, who does she think she is to compete with Santa Claus, by the way? Too?
You're trying to get the scoop from Santa. What does she know?
Yeah.
That's just this guy's suit.
I mean, it's just
that's just his outfit.
You're saying he was just going to work?
He's on his way to work.
He's not at SantaCon.
Yeah, he's trying to rally the girls up and fucking make sure they're all paying him.
And he watches you. How about that?
I don't even know her.
You know me. You're lying.
Do you watch to completion or do you turn?
What's the point to watching if you're not going to complete?
Well, you're watching to put them on the naughty or the nice list. I don't know if that has, if the fact that they have ejaculated or not has anything to do with that.
Yes, absolutely. Because if you
what is with her? Yes, it does.
I'll say these two are good sports, though.
They'll hang. Yeah. Especially the woman. She's like, yes, it does. Let's talk more about jerking off.
She arguably has the worst coat I've ever seen.
Is that the...
What's the green? Is that part of the coat?
No, I think that's a part of her Christmas outfit.
Oh, she has something over. Okay.
It looks like a green hoodie that zips up all the way with like a...
I think she's a Christmas tree.
A gold foil wrap. Yeah, probably right. Maybe that's like a tinsel that's wrapped around
I think
her.
she's dressed as an elf.
Is she?
I think it's
Maybe.
Could be.
I think it's
she's wearing a coat on top. So
She does have Christmas tree sunglasses.
If you see the evidence, the triangles pointing from the hood would lead me to believe that is a pine tree type of...
That's where I was thinking.
All right.
It was 11 o'clock in the morning. She was.
This was 11 a.m.
It was like 11:30ish. Yeah, 11:30.
What the hell are these people doing?
She was a little bit intoxicated.
Yeah.
Yes, completion. Yes, completion.
Oh, now.
Absolutely, you have to be on a nice list.
Right.
Really?
Absolutely.
So if you're stroking yourself away and you don't come,
right.
I love that Mike is paying absolutely no attention to her, and she just keeps going.
She's just chiming in.
He's not lowering the microphone.
Yes.
Absolutely.
No, they not
It's
on
pointless.
any list. They
Yeah,
can't be
but
on
they
that
don't
list.
exist. They don't
No,
exist.
you have
Exactly.
to finish if you want to be on the list.
Exactly.
Right.
Well, you
They're
have
not
to
on
get
any list.
you got to get put on one of the lists.
No, because if you don't finish, you can't be on the list.
She's not even
It's
mic'd.
like-
Yeah, you won't even put the mic over.
Doesn't
to her.
matter. Like, I'm
You
not
can hear her.
interviewing you, lady.
You can hear her perfectly clear.
Do you think she's loud in her home life?
Oh, can you imagine that voice every day?
Nagging you?
Just nagging. And
I mean, we're hearing her on the radio in the middle of Times Square at SantaCon without a mic pointing to her.
She sounds
And
crystal clear.
That's how clear she is.
Yeah.
What are you? I mean,
Why are you
didn't.
here?
Why are you here?
Yeah,
You just exist in some sort of masturbatory purgatory?
Right.
Exactly.
Because you didn't finish.
You understand. There
I
you go.
understand. Well, I'm a member of the press. It's our job to investigate.
Oh, you
and-
finished.
And
Right.
of course I finished. Is she on the naughty or the nice list this year?
I don't even know who she is,
said
by the way.
I was going to talk. You know me. Don't lie. We were just together yesterday.
Really?
Yes, we were.
Well,
Do you not
I'm sorry, I
remember?
must have been too drunk because I do not.
I am very memorable.
What's my name?
I don't know.
Oh my God. They actually don't know each other.
They really
He just
don't.
came and
They
jumped
don't know each
into it.
other.
I thought that was a joke and that they were a couple.
So did I.
Yeah, they came up to us together.
So she just
just
decided
yapping.
I'd like to be in on this too.
Yeah, they met on Facebook or some shit as part of a SantaCon group. It was very convoluted. Yeah.
But like a Facebook group, not
Yeah.
like two people meeting up
Right.
and
Yeah.
Yeah.
so they didn't know each other's names, nothing.
Exactly.
All right.
Wow. Let's go to part 2.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Does this get better?
They're all disasters.
Rich,
Yeah.
I thought 2020 was going to be a new positive, Rich.
Yeah, well, it's not 2020.
That's right.
That's actually a great point.
Rich is being a piece of shit for a few more days.
That's a great point. It's actually, you're right. It is still 2019, December 18th?
17th.
That's right.
How would you not know that? Who makes that mistake?
You did.
Okay. All right.
This guy is the fucking guy.
I am the guy.
Who are we talking
Okay,
to here,
pause real
Mike? What are we
quick.
doing? What's going on?
What happened that day was everyone was kind of like going to Mike because he had a microphone and there was a camera there.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have the camera on him yet, and this guy just came up to him and started talking.
Oh, so you
And
weren't even set up yet.
Hot dog wasn't even set up. No one was set up, and this guy was just going. So I just kind of
Did what you could.
yeah.
Isn't that great on Man on the Street when you have those environments where you just have to stand there with a microphone and everybody comes to you?
Oh,
We
were
didn't
getting
move.
swarmed.
Yeah.
See, I had a funny idea. You didn't. I should have pitched it.
Well, go ahead. I mean,
Just for SantaCon, if you dressed like a Grinch.
oh,
Why?
it's a fair question.
Just to be Grinch cranky.
Oh, and you'd be the opposing side.
Yeah.
Debate.
It's good stuff.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Thanks, Rob.
Yeah. Maybe you guys save that for Chip.
No.
You do it here, you think? Okay.
What would you say makes you the fucking guy?
Oh, I
compared
hate
to
this
all
guy
these other-
already. Right now, today.
He looks like TJ Miller with cancer.
I know. What is he, Robin Hood? What the
I
fuck?
can't stand. He looks like he still watches Dawson's Creek and is like, yeah, this is how we dress.
He's a very nice guy.
I
right.
can't stand him. He's got to see. You know why? Because instead of just going full tilt, I'm going to dress like an asshole because it's SantaCon, he's wearing like hot guy SantaCon outfit.
He's like a hipster Santa.
Yes, he's wearing like a red and black velvet smoking jacket.
He's like gentrified Santa.
Yes.
Like he lives in a black neighborhood with the one building that's nice.
Yeah.
And he thinks he's doing good.
Right.
Definitely too old to be there.
How old do you think he is?
I mean, gotta be
pushing 40.
Yeah.
Well, the last guy was older than him.
Yeah, he looks like Mickey Rourke.
I mean, yeah. None of these people should be there.
Nobody should be there, really. It's stupid.
Fucking guys.
So I'm a single dad, bro.
Oh my God.
That's cool, man. That's cool, bro.
Of course you are.
Yeah, it's because your wife left you and became an alcoholic.
Oh.
Why'd you have to tag it when you realized it bummed?
Yeah, I mean, because he tagged it because he realized it was just a fact. Like, of course.
Yeah, sometimes you say facts here. That's what we do. Everything isn't a fucking joke. We give out a lot of facts here, all right?
The information's
Not the right
gotta get
date
out there.
of, not the right date of album release we don't
Yeah.
give out.
Next fact, I'm putting my glasses on for it. Let's go.
Squeeze him under your hat there.
Yeah, it almost didn't work.
So he's a single dad
Yeah.
on a Saturday morning. If you're a single dad on a Saturday morning, I don't think you want to run to the microphone and camera during SantaCon.
Why
You know,
don't
wouldn't
you should be out drinking that early in the morning if you're a single dad.
if you really wanted to,
Right.
maybe you don't want to do it on camera.
Well, also, too, this is probably not his weekend with the kid.
Right. Right. So he's like, "Hey, Junior, look, you could have fun with me at SantaCon."
I'm a single dad that doesn't have custody of the kid.
Yeah, I'm a single dad. I lost full custody.
Yeah, my
I have
kid.
0% custody. Yeah.
Fact.
This ain't just fucking like. This is like daddy Claus. That's what this is.
That's daddy cloth?
Daddy Claus. I'm a single dad. I respect all women.
Yeah,
I want
you
to
do.
put that out there. I respect all women.
Not the
You
one
are
you
dressed like a man who respects all women.
Am I?
Definitely.
Am I? You think
Yeah.
so?
What
Good.
time of day is this?
Again, this is about 11:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You didn't wait several hours and do this at an appropriate time when somebody would be this intoxicated?
Oh no, it was all midday.
He's a very
SantaCon
big
takes
guy.
place. Yeah,
He's
big,
a very large
tall
guy.
fella.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because you're not a small guy yourself,
No,
Mike, but he's bigger than you.
dwarfs Mike. He's a big guy.
So he's like, it is what I thought. He's trying to be Daddy Claus. He's
How
trying
tall
to
are
be.
you? Sorry.
I'm not that tall. I'm like 5'7". I think.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to be hot guy at SantaCon.
Yeah. With a robe.
Yeah, he wants to father another child.
Sure does. In Mike's mouth.
The respecting women outfit.
Yes, I want to make sure everyone knows that. This
You
guy get out
respect
there.
all women.
I respect all women, but my ex-wife will agree.
Even your ex-wife would say you're the guy.
If my ex-wife can say like, yo, like this guy is not. My ex-wife would say he's an asshole.
If your ex-wife wasn't in a trunk
Yeah.
somewhere in New Rochelle.
She's not in a trunk. She's very much alive.
Yeah,
You know,
for now.
she's watching my two boys, so it's
Is
cool.
she?
She's
Your
alive.
ex-wife
Two
watches your
boys.
kids.
He's a father of two. Oh, what a role model.
She's
I hope
watching.
the two kids have the Sirius XM app.
Yeah. She's watching my two boys 7 days a week.
And holidays.
And holidays.
Yes.
Well, you traipse about at SantaCon.
Yeah. It's kind of a good deal.
That is a respecting women outfit that you have on
That's
there.
why I wear the robe.
That
It's
is
okay.
why.
It's not bad. So it's just like really on YouTube?
Well, not
Okay,
right
all
now.
right, all right. You know what just happened? You know what just happened? When Mike uttered the phrase, while you traipse around at SantaCon, it all clicked in. He realized I shouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I look like an asshole.
This is public.
Oh no, they're videoing this. And I volunteered for
Yep.
it.
Well, it'd be great if, as they're doing that, a bus just ran right into this.
Yeah, I'd be willing to sacrifice Mike if it meant this guy went down too.
I want Mike to go first.
It's fair.
It will be.
That's amazing.
That is amazing.
Yeah, I want to be on YouTube. It's great.
Can we pretend, because my friend Hot Dog here actually
Hot
has
Dog.
some very effeminate features. Hot Dog, can you step into the scene
He's
for a second?
Hot Dog is a beautiful man.
Hot Dog, let's pretend Hot Dog is a beautiful woman. I want you to approach him and respect Hot Dog.
Just say, hey, what's up, Hot Dog?
Hey, how's
How
it
the-
going?
How the fuck you doing, Hot Dog? You good?
I'm all right. I'm all right.
Good, good.
Talk to him like you would talk to a beautiful woman.
Just like I am now.
You go
How the
up,
fuck are you
am-
doing? Hey, baby, how the fuck are you?
Yeah, the bro handshake.
Yeah.
Now the woman, you approach me.
Hot Dog, approach this
Approach.
respectful man.
Hey, Santa, how's it
Not
going?
disrespectful. How are you? I am great.
How's it going, Santa?
I am
the
a
fuck
single
would do
father,
this?
and I'm a very respectful man. And everything I do is consensual.
Okay.
And he won't rape hot dog.
Oh, this guy has done some fucked up dance.
Yeah, I think he's in a little bit of a panic.
Yeah,
I think he's
yes,
starting to
so.
realize this was a bad idea,
Yeah.
and he's trying to save it.
He
'cause
thinks his ex set this up.
yeah.
But he wanted to be on YouTube.
Yeah, he's establishing for the record that he is a man of respect and consent.
That's true. That's fair.
True. That's true. Rob, I have to tell you, I don't think when he said, "Oh, good, I've always wanted to be on YouTube."
Yeah.
First of all, that's a very easy goal to accomplish.
is.
Yeah.
And second of all, I don't think that's how he felt. I think he was trying to save face because I think he realized in his drunken stupor
Yeah.
that this is a terrible idea.
Yeah, he has no chance when he goes back to court.
No.
None. For
And you know what else, Rich?
What?
He signed a release.
Yes.
Like there was.
Do you get him to sign it right before they talk, right?
They do it after.
They do it after.
I always think it's riskier after.
Yeah.
It is
Get him to
riskier
sign
after,
it.
but since it's taped, you just don't use it if you don't.
Or you just put a bar across his eyes.
No, that only
thank
counts
you.
in passing.
No, Rich is. I go to Rich for my legal advice.
yeah.
So
Yeah, thank
Bar
you.
across his eyes.
yeah, I'll go with the bar.
Yes.
Is that what you did for Women Aren't Funny, the documentary? Either sign the release or we'll slap that bar across your eyes.
And
You
sometimes, and we'll make it thin.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. Consent is very
Wow, you
important.
see that? That's consent.
Frosty the
Okay, now, did you write more songs, Mike?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, good.
How did she come up with this one?
She had an entire pamphlet of songs, and she refused to sing unless I joined. So I went through the first couple lines with her and then just let her fly.
She said she's been to SantaCon since 2012 every
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
She's also been to the buffet.
She is big through the hips, roomy.
It could be a thyroid problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, good. Work on your thyroid. Don't go to the buffet every fucking day. I'm just saying. Nah, that's facts, more facts.
Okay, I just thought you
That
were.
wasn't trying to be
I
funny.
thought you might have been searching for a punchline.
No, I was throwing out a fact.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fine.
Said
then.
the other
That's
one was
fine.
funny in the beginning, and then I said throw in a fact.
Well, a lot of times with punchlines like buffet, it can be funny the first time, and then you do it again, it's double funny.
Or you can follow it. You know who I am.
Yes, I do.
Was a crazed neurotic soul with a big glass pipe and a viral crack and no sense of control. There must have been some poison in that damn bag dime he got.
Little shit
But when he
lost the
took his
melody.
first big hit, dropped it on the spot. Frosty the cokehead, don't worry anymore.
It's not the melody.
Cause when all is said and you're cold and dead, then you never have to score. Merry Christmas, people.
She did a bad job. She did a bad
No,
job.
Yeah, she did not do it.
Yeah, because there must have been something. That's where it switches. Yeah. Everybody kind of. Troy, you knew that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Who's a rapper that used to wear a hat like that?
Flavor Flav.
No.
Jamiroquai.
Jamiroquai did, and
So
old
Flavor
time
Flav.
guy.
yeah, Flavor Flav did. No, that's
Yeah.
To say no to Jim was
That's
incorrect.
not,
and
I didn't mean
unnecessary.
no. I-
That's how you're thinking of, yeah.
Slick Rick wore a hat like that at times.
That I don't remember.
Yeah, it was later in the Slick Rick, I think.
I think no.
What's going on? Are you who are you? What's going on?
I'm a fucking army nigga, you know what I'm saying? That's it.
He said that.
That's what Sam referred to him as. That's really inappropriate.
There's no actual evidence that's not the case. He's wearing a camo Santa outfit.
Yeah. We did have a number of people throw around that word quite freely during this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Troy, you should check out SantaCon.
Yeah.
Were they African American?
Yeah, they
Was it the fat white girl?
Some.
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 Yeah. Actually, they did a follow-up in Rob's house, and then it was the same. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Grandma's here.
You're out here enjoying SantaCon a little bit?
Yeah, I'm loving it.
This is probably the pimpinest Santa outfit I've ever seen. Are you planning on macking a few hoes today?
Way to use the lingo.
Not magging hoes, but turning hoes.
Turning?
I want to make them hoes.
Yeah, is there
Totally
a difference
different.
between macking a hoe and turning a hoe?
I think there is, yeah, it definitely is.
Lay it on.
If you have it hoe, she's already a hoe. If you're magging a hoe, you got to teach her the ways of being a hoe.
Yeah.
You got to be like, listen, this is the ways. We have to tell you, hey, you need to stop that shit, do this to be a hoe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, not actually like get it easy.
So that's macking a hoe.
That's macking a hoe.
What's
yeah.
turning a hoe?
I wish I
Turning
could
a hoe?
fall.
He accidentally explained what turning a hoe was when he said Mac and hoe.
He made a mistake.
He made a
very
mistake.
good pimp.
He made a mistake. Mike's like that old lady in an airplane. Oh, don't worry, sir. I speak jive.
Big hoe. Beating a hoe.
Yeah, he messed up. He was doing like a gimmick and he messed up.
Yeah. Rich, why do you look so pained?
Because I want Christmas questions. These are dirty.
You don't like that.
That's true. Laugh USA, Rich, wants Christmas questions.
Yes. And yes.
You don't like the masturbating and the
No,
hose
I mean,
and the
listen, nothing again. They did a
crack
great job.
pipe
They
and
did
the,
it.
yeah.
No one wants to sit in here about poop in a diaper keeping you warm.
It's disgusting.
It's not. It's
disgusting.
you're wasting everybody's time. Pick it up.
You're right. You're right.
Give us an example of some good Christmas questions.
Hey, when you were a kid, what did you expect to get, or were you?
Oh, that would have been good, Mike.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what was your favorite? What was your favorite moment? You know, throughout your life on Christmas with your
Okay, hey,
family.
Rich, what was your favorite moment throughout your life on Christmas?
Never celebrating it?
No. One day, me and my friend Dirk came into New York to go Christmas shopping for all of our friends.
Yeah.
And we went up to Harlem and bought freebase with all the money. So I bought like 8 people earmuffs, $1 earmuffs, wrapped them in tinfoil, but I had a good day of smoking freebase.
That's good. That's the beauty of the Christmas season.
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
they all
that's
got
great.
their present.
Hey, Rob is here, so Rob Bartlett, we should break. I want to piss real quick.
Yeah, let's take a break. Good job, boys.
Very
That was good filming. Hot Dog does a good job.
Rich's new album, he thought it was out today. However,
Yes.
it is out tomorrow. Luckily, you can pre-order it if you go to iTunes or wherever else. Just look up Rich Voss's new album, When I Saw Hamilton.
And don't forget, this month in January, Creeps with Kids tour.
Yep.
Yes, check that out.
And check out the new Chip animation on youtube.com. Chip Chipperson, Sven Staffel's fucking hilarious. Great job.
We'll be right back with the one and only Rob Bartlett. Stay tuned. Go ones.
You know, the nice ones, the ones that come to the shows,
Right.
the ones that, you know. Because, you know, sometimes we've been given so much for the last years. We just give. And sometimes they give back.
Well, I mean, you get paid.
Yeah.
You don't just
know,
give. It's not, you're not doing charity.
It's your job.
It's your job.
No, I mean, coming in, giving, doing, we used to do, you know, stuff for O&A.
Rob Bartlett is here.
Don't interrupt, Voss.
I mean,
thank
it's...
you.
He's actually putting 2 sentences together. Such an unusual situation.
There you go. Good seeing you again.
What's up, boys?
Rob Bartlett, it's been a while, our old pal.
Plays the best lawyer on...
Are you still on there, or was that on SVU?
That was SVU. It was many years ago. I did Elementary last season, last year.
Oh, okay.
I was a police captain. After 40 years of being an actor, I finally got to play a cop. That's all I ever wanted to do. I wanted to come around the corner like that. But no, I was just the fat guy at the desk.
Still a gig, right?
So, well, it's a cool gig. I mean, and they're great. You know, the people, Lucy Liu and I forget what his
I
name
forget
is.
the guy's name, too. I've never
Yeah,
seen the
I'm
show.
just so hung up on Lucy Liu.
Yeah.
Did you have a chance with her? Did you talk with her?
Oh, I
Did you
did
have a
scenes with her.
chance?
I did scenes with her.
No, he meant you
look
had
at
a
me. I'm going to have a chance with Lucy Liu. I got to do scenes with her, but she was a blonde the last season, which was pretty, gotta say.
Huh.
It kind of worked for her.
Excellent.
How hard is it not having the radio show? Is it just, like, is it just you're so used to doing it?
Rob was on Imus for forever.
Over 30 years, yeah.
It's weird. It's weird. You know, this is the earliest I've gotten up in 2 years.
It is, right?
So, I miss it a lot. I mean, I was there at NBC before we moved to FAN, and then when we went through the whole MSNBC thing, and then RFD and Fox, and it's just weird not being there. I mean, I talk to him almost all the time.
You still talk?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Matter of fact, he was talking about wanting to do a podcast with Wyatt, his son, and me. But, you know, I don't think he needs me, really. So,
is he still going to do it?
I don't know. I really don't know. The last time I spoke with him, you know.
He doesn't need the money.
Yeah, I was going to say,
I think he just wants to have a voice.
Yeah.
I think he misses being able to say stuff to people, you
Right.
know, and commenting on what's going on.
Right.
He's been tweeting, but that's not really a great substitute.
Right. It's not
You
the
know?
same thing.
No.
Hey, where's Charles McCord?
He, I believe, went back home to Missouri.
And you never talked to him again?
We never heard from him again.
Wow.
There was something going on. There was some bad blood somewhere. I don't know what it was, and I think he just said,
sitting next to you.
I'm done.
Oh, so you think that there was he forced out or he wanted to leave?
He wanted to leave. He left on his own volition.
After 25 years, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It was at least that, I think.
That's got to be the other weird thing too, when like something that's been part of your life to that effect just is over.
Mm-hmm.
It's more than just not having a voice on the radio anymore. It's like you wake up in the morning, you see these people, you do the thing, and now it's like, oh, do we still talk to each other? Should I just call you?
Right,
or
it's very
and what do we
strange.
talk about? It we're not.
I talk to him. It's like we never left. I mean, it's exactly. No, what do you want? No, that's not gonna happen. That kind of stuff. It's you're still fat, but. It's like me calling, trying to get him to plug my dates. It's the same thing.
Right, right.
Only now I got nobody to plug my dates. So.
You're not in the right place now. I worked with Rob. He doesn't remember this. Years ago, it was a club called Ferns in Long. He had and I'm new. I mean, I stink now, but I really stunk. He had to go do a private show. So I was the middle. He was the headliner.
Mm-hmm.
He goes, he had a middle that show and leave, and I had to go on after him, and I got fired the next night.
Yeah. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you middled, and you had to go do a private,
right?
And he killed so hard that I went up there, and they
did you kill as well?
It killed the vibe, and I got fired.
You got fired just for being bad?
I stunk.
That's
but I wasn't supposed to close.
You were a middle, yeah.
I was a middle. That was barely a middle.
I was going to say.
Barely.
They were being kind. I would be middle.
Yes. I was a co-MC.
I just saw a picture of
I'm
you.
thinking open micer.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of you recently. Somebody put up with from the East Side with Eddie Murphy, Jim Meyer. There was a whole bunch of guys.
Oh, that was the Jerry Cooney roast. The Jerry Cooney roast.
What year was that? Like
it
early
was
80s?
81.
Yeah, it might have been 81,
like
yeah.
Eddie, Bobby, me. I don't know if Woods is in the photo, but
I
Jim
think he
Myers
is,
was there.
yes.
Were you in that improv group? Wasn't that you, Nelson, and Eddie? Was that you?
The identical triplets.
Was it just you three, or was
just the three of us? I think it started out. They were all signed with King Broder.
Oh God!
Initially,
he sued Eddie.
Yeah, well,
Eddie,
for good reason, because and Jim Myers was part of the original group, but Eddie kicked him out.
Did he?
Yeah, and wanted me in instead.
Did they not like each other, or it just felt?
I just think it's, the chemistry was wrong, and the three of us were always tight. I mean, we used to hang out all the time when we weren't working Dixon's. And, we would have a night off and we would swear we wouldn't go to Dixon's. And we'd wind up at Dixon's anyway. And
what was Dixon's?
Richard M. Dixon's White House Inn. He was a Richard Nixon lookalike, got a lot of work, doing Nixon, basically. And then Watergate hit, and he decided he was going to open up a showcase on Long Island. And so we would wind up at Dixon's, and then we would just start doing improv as the three of us. And... there was some scripted stuff that we did as well, but then we each did little bits of our separate acts. So it was an entertaining little package, and we got to work with each other.
But you guys in Long Island had you had such a great scene. They wouldn't even come into New York, a lot of the Long Island acts.
Yeah. Didn't have to.
Yeah, and there was...
Because the Long Island scene was that big.
Yeah, how many clubs were there? I'm East Side. I was booked at East Side the weekend I got there. The doors were closed.
Yeah,
and there was a chain on them.
I was going to say, IRS, hello.
Chuckles.
It was East Side Chuckles.
Governors.
Orphanage.
The Brokerage.
McGuire's.
McGuire's was later.
It was later.
I think, yeah. The Brokerage. There's one or two others.
Fast Eddie's.
I don't remember.
There was a Tuesday night gig.
A lot of one-nighters, too.
Yeah, Fast Eddie's.
Ground Round. And
some guy, Lou Stevens, booked all the one-nighters in Long Island.
I haven't heard that name in 30 years.
I don't know why I remember these because I'm still trying to get work from him.
He's probably still got the Panama hat and the guitar. Oh, man.
I remember doing a club out there with Jim Myers.
Mm-hmm.
Joey Cola killed from the second he walked on stage.
Oh, man.
It just slaughtered.
Yeah, he would murder.
He's the only comic I ever knew who took a bow after his set on Letterman. He actually bowed. He was doing a routine. His signature bit was, I just want everybody to merge. I want everybody to merge. He was talking merging lanes, whatever.
Yeah.
He got 20 minutes out of Merge. And at the end, it was this big thing, and Joey Kohler, and he did like a big, deep-waisted bow. It was like the funniest thing ever.
HBO used to call him in when they used to have lunch meetings. They would call him in to do, just during the meeting, to do his the artist bit.
Bob Ross.
Bob Ross.
Did they really?
Yeah, they called him one time. They paid him to come in and do Bob Ross.
Just for the people in the meeting, just to entertain them?
That must have been a horrible gig to have to go to an HBO meeting and you're not being filmed. You're doing a fucking...
Well, corporate gigs are the fucking worst.
They're terrible.
Anyway. I mean, they're just, they all look at the boss, see if the boss is laughing. If the boss is laughing, they're going to be okay. If the boss isn't laughing, you're fucked.
But aren't you clean? You're pretty clean, right?
Yeah, well, relatively. I mean, don't you?
You can be.
I can be.
Yeah.
You know, but
Rich is working on that.
No, I could be clean. Please, I mean, I'm a clean act. I just sometimes get dirty.
Rich is in 2020. Rich wants to be clean.
No,
He wants to be on Laugh USA.
Yes.
I want to put. I'm putting out a clean album.
You are.
Yes.
For
it's about what, 4 seconds?
No, listen, let me explain something about Rich Voss. I'm very versatile. I've been doing it 35 years. I think I got an hour to 2 hours clean if I want.
No, you don't.
You don't.
Easily.
No, you
fucking
don't.
Cocksucker. I do too.
No, you don't.
Want me to name some?
Yeah.
Yeah, name some bits.
The funeral bit, the bucket list bit, any of them.
What's
Why are
the
you
funeral
acting like
bit?
those are? Yeah, you're acting like those
They're
are
not
bits.
signature bits. No
Yeah.
one knows them.
Those are staples, Jim.
Yeah.
Thank you. Whatever. It's about Rob, not about my.
All right.
That's right. It is about me and my gig.
By the way, Rob is going to be at the Seven Angels Theater in Waterbury, Connecticut on December 28th.
That's right.
It's the Rob Bartlett Holiday Extravaganza.
What do you bring with you?
The Saturday between
Christmas and New Year's.
It's
What
the
is
perfect
that?
kind. This is a portable Wi-Fi.
It's MiFi, it's called.
Yeah.
Does it work?
From Verizon. It works great. But I ran out of juice on the train.
Is that like a...
Does
is
it
that
work?
Like a,
Why would he bring it with him if it
No,
didn't
because
work?
I never... If there's no Wi-Fi for your phone, why would there be Wi-Fi
No,
for that?
it's phone. It's service. So like it's just they pick up the Verizon signal and then it sends out to your phone.
Right, but why not just do it from your phone?
You can't get Wi-Fi on the phone.
Sure you can.
Well, you can if there is Wi-Fi. But
there's no
there's no Wi-Fi in the Long Railroad.
Right.
Right.
So that's what I use it for on the train.
That makes sense.
And of course, I dropped my fucking phone at the station coming in this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, I was trying to
Did it break?
do the locator. No, it's still there.
You lost
you
your
lost
phone?
it.
Yeah, it's.
Oh my God!
Are you panicking or no?
A little. 'Cause, I mean, your whole fucking life is there.
Did you
know?
turn it off? I see you doing the
Yeah, I
Find
did.
My
It's-
phone
it's
on.
still updating location. I don't know if it's because I didn't have a
Is it
a good
moving or
Wi-Fi
no?
signal. No, it says it's still there. I have a funny feeling it might be in my car. I don't know.
Oh,
It might
I
be in my
hope
car.
so.
Yeah.
I hope so.
It's only I've lost phone once before and the iPad once before.
Do you back it up?
Fuck, I'm gonna back it up. Let's back up.
No,
shit.
he's talking about sex.
No, you plug it into the computer, just back it up. This way, if you have your
I
shit,
know.
you can...
Or you do it on the iCloud, it does it automatically.
My
Yeah.
fucking dumb phone. I was playing golf at Bethpage, and I couldn't find my phone. So I tell these two guys, "Hey, if you find my phone, I'll give you $200." You know, because. And then, long story, they find it. I put it on the roof of my car, drove, and
that's
they
funny.
brought it back all smashed up. and
wanted the
I had
$200?
to give them $200 fucking dollars for a smashed up phone.
And then I had to pay to get it fixed.
And I had to get a new one to get it fixed. It was fucking. I drove away with it on my car, and they found it.
Did
on
you
the
lose all
street.
your memories that were on the phone or no?
No. But in my car, I have 4 people I could call: my kids and my wife. So through the car.
No, but I mean, you have like all your pictures and stuff and your old text
It's
messages?
all backed up.
Oh, you did.
I like that you referred to that as memories.
Well, yeah, there are
You
some-
didn't say data or pictures. You're like, did you
Memories.
lose your memories?
Yeah, I would hate to lose all my memories.
You're just such a nice boy.
Your car's in your car. Your phone's in the car.
I'm hoping it is.
I hope so
A
too.
little operator error there?
No, I didn't touch anything. The mic just
Try it
tapped
again.
out.
Hello. Oh,
Now it's better.
loose.
Yeah.
Is it stable
Loose
where you're on a Find My Phone? Is that stable?
Yeah.
Like, so it's in
pretty
your car
good.
because somebody would have picked it up by now. Somewhere it would be moving.
It's still updating the location. As of an hour ago, it was at the station. So, we'll
So
see.
what
Whatever.
happened? What happens at the Rob Bartlett Holiday Extravaganza? Because this isn't just a show. This is
No,
an
it's
extravaganza.
an extravaganza, which
Yeah.
is just another word for I have no idea what the fuck I'm going to be doing. And
Right, but please buy tickets and I'll figure it out when I get
right,
there.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of holiday stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Yeah, thanks.
Holiday stuff,
Help
surprises.
her get somebody.
I want to get somebody. Just could you push in my stool?
Push in my stool.
Not with your cock.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Here's $1. Like people, have you ever gotten like cards from people who you really don't remember who the fuck they are, but you get a Christmas card from them every
Sure,
year?
yeah.
And
yes.
the new thing is they put glitter in it.
Yeah.
Oh, and then you open it,
And the shit goes everywhere,
Yes.
and it's like,
why would you do this?
why
to
would
me?
you do that? And they do it every fucking year,
Right.
And I always forget, and I open it, and it looks like an elf took a shit in the middle of my car. I mean, it's just the dinner at holidays. That's the thing that I think is probably the best part of it.
You love it.
No, yeah, because you get to see the people you've tried to avoid the rest of the year.
Right.
They all come down to the table, and your aunt and uncle play out basically what they're doing in their marriage therapy group at the table. Could you pass the corn? Get your whore to pass you the corn.
I've noticed a phenomenon since having kids, and it is the oddest thing when family comes to visit, and I cannot wrap my head around the personality disorder that it takes when family or friends come to visit, and they sit down and they want to talk to you about themselves and have an adult, I just want to talk to you about what I've got going on, while your toddler and infant are just running around, causing a riot, and you're like, did you not come over to hang out with the kid? You're here to make this easier. What the hell are you doing? I don't care what you have going on.
Yes.
I don't care what's going on at your job. There's what are you doing? What type
I love to hear it.
You like to hear what they've got going on.
I love to hear what the relatives have going on.
Right. I want to come over and see the kids. Okay. And then they sit down on the couch and talk about themselves to you and expect your undivided attention.
It's really.
We had a big fight yesterday, Bonnie and I, because at my sister's, we get picked. We got to buy this couple a present, and they buy us a present. You know? So he's a lawyer. They have everything in life they need. And we go, Bonnie goes, we got to get them something nice. I go, for around $50 to $100. I go, get him a fucking cheese plate. I don't know. And
that's a lot of cheese, Rich.
We had a big fight over it.
$50 worth of cheese.
Yes, everybody wants.
Whatever. Who cares? There's nothing I could get you you don't have except a phone.
You can kill yourself.
Either one of those would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be a gift for all of us.
But you know what? What do you get?
You're mad that you have to give people gifts?
No,
that's your thing?
No, I'm not
Once
mad.
you get a lawyer a
I
cheese plate.
don't-
Fool.
Whatever, you know what I mean.
Rich,
Just
people like
something-
getting gifts.
Yeah, but what are you going to get somebody they don't have? What don't you have?
How about a gift? Yeah.
Go ahead. What don't you have?
A gift certificate to a massage parlor. No, I'm sorry. No.
Well, it's
a perfect gift.
This is easier. I struggle at sometimes with Travis. I don't know what to get Travis for Christmas, because what doesn't Travis have?
Personality,
ability,
a mom,
mother.
Yeah,
it's just a mean
hair.
Such a stretch.
You know what I like?
Contact lenses.
You know what I like?
That he didn't get it?
That both Voss and Jim came up with something besides mom that was also
That's
insulting.
even more insulting.
So you got 3 insults. I thought it was going to go straight to mom.
No. Mom is the third one. Talent is one. Ability is the other. Mom is the other one. Hair.
So you say, hair.
Contact
we can
lenses.
stop.
Yeah, I didn't realize.
Razor, shaving cream.
All right.
I thought it was going to be one joke, but it just turned into a pile on you, which is even better.
Yes.
Talk about a Christmas miracle.
Wait, you actually had kids?
I have 2 children.
What?
When did this
crazy?
happen?
I left it in twice confirmed.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
How old are they?
3 and 6 months. Almost 3 and 6 months.
So I'm assuming you're still with Jess.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
I wasn't that big-
She bore my children.
Right.
Yes. Yes.
And you do it to the audience.
I once dated a girl.
Rapid.
I once dated a girl. She said, I got a kid somewhere.
Really? And she wasn't joking.
She was joking.
I hope so. I would hope so.
Hey, have you done? Do you still keep in touch with Bernie and Sid, or no?
I haven't. I did for a little bit after they took over and after I left ABC, and did their show a couple times, and I was doing my podcast from there. I was doing the Rob Bartlett Radio Comedy Hour from their performance space. So it was like a throwback to the old radio shows where people stood in front of microphones and read scripts. And that's what we did. I had a group of people. We wrote sketches and
Foley sound and everything.
Yeah, we had sound effects and keyboard and a live audience. And then then they said we couldn't use that facility anymore, and they put us into a studio, and so we recorded it in the studio.
Why couldn't you use the facility?
Some bullshit story. That whole station was so fucked up by Cumulus. I can't even tell you. Just so fucked up. And then they put us on Saturday nights for an hour. So we got to do two versions, a clean version and a uncensored version for the podcast. And then they took that away from us because they said some insurance thing. We had too many people in the cast and they had to pay insurance. They pay insurance, you're not paying them. No, but they had to have insurance on them for liability. Anyone who comes in, even a guest, it's like, you know what?
Don't you hate radio fucking
I fucking hate radio companies. And they ruined WABC, one of the great radio stations of all time.
Yeah.
And they fucking ruined it. It's just all that corporate speak. The woman, I can't remember her name now, blocked it out, who was the head honcho. She had an Alaskan Malamute or a Husky or one of those kinds of dogs. And that became the mascot for the station. And everywhere were these posters of the Malamute and little inspirational sayings and this fucking dog. And so on my last day there, I took a Sharpie and I drew an enormous pile of steaming shit behind the dog. Just, a little commentary on the way out.
But it's funny, they don't mind. Does the dog go up there or no?
I don't think the dog ever came up, but it was just like, that was.
Imagine being that egotistical, though. Like, you are the boss, so you're like, my dog will be the representation of the company.
Right.
It's like, nobody cares about your dog, just you. You love your dog, that's it. Nobody else cares about it.
I don't
mean
even like
anything.
my dog.
Your dog doesn't like you either.
I know.
They wanted the on-air personalities to help sell advertising.
Oh, that would help.
I mean, it just ridiculous. And
Isn't
it wound
it crazy?
Up being sold. One of the great radio stations of all time wound up being sold for less than what Imus got for his penthouse.
Wow!
Oh, he sold his penthouse.
Yeah.
Well, now, how big was Imus? Have you seen the inside of Imus's penthouse?
Pictures.
That's a euphemism.
You were never there.
No. It was 2 levels, or three levels. He had a terrace, went around the whole top of the building on Central Park West.
The whole top of the building.
Fifth Avenue, right? Like around. Oh no, Central Park West. Okay.
Central Park West.
3 levels on the whole.
2 levels. What floor? How high up?
I would say 20 and change, something like that. At least.
I want to know because Imus.
Did he get over $300,000 for it?
I think he probably got somewhere in the neighborhood of $300,000 to $325,000.
That's good money. That's good money.
A 2-floor penthouse. How do you leave?
No,
I guess you were there. No,
well,
2.
he likes being in the ranch. He
does, right?
He sold the ranch, the charity ranch, and all that money went into a fund that now funds other charities. And then he had a ranch down in Texas. He has a ranch down in Texas where he's living, and his son Wyatt is on the rodeo circuit.
Yeah.
And kicking ass on the rodeo circuit.
Yeah, I think it's one of the reasons Imus wanted to go down there. He just wanted to be closer to his son.
Man, do you know how many acres of land you could get in Texas for a 3-story Fifth Avenue?
For $325,000?
For $325,000, you buy the state.
It's crazy.
A penthouse on fucking Central Park, which he probably had for years, right?
Oh, yeah. Actually, yeah. I mean, he used to live on Astor Place.
Okay.
He had a penthouse in Astor Place, and then he sold that and bought the one in Central Park West. This is after we were at FAN for a while, and then he used to have a house in Connecticut, right on the Long Island Sound. Just this gorgeous fucking house.
Did you go to it or just pictures?
Just pictures. I went to this other house he used to rent, I think.
Where did he rent a house?
In Greenwich, the same place where he wound up buying this house.
Oh, he wound up later buying it.
Yeah,
he didn't own and rent at the same time.
No, maybe he did buy the one. I don't know. It's kind of small, a lot of levels, but he was just him. It was before he was married. So I was there.
So what, would he have the giant apartment in the city during the week so he could do the show and then get out of the city on the weekends, the house in
Used
Connecticut?
to, ostensibly. And then he got tired of going up to Connecticut and just never went up to Connecticut and then sold it. So,
Yeah, I don't blame him.
$325,000.
He got for each of them.
One.
Combined,
amazing,
that's
right?
over
$650.
$400,000.
Yeah. That's amazing.
I want to see his old penthouse. I know I'm fascinated now.
You
with
love
there are
like
pictures in Architectural Digest.
I don't know why I do. Like, I just want to know. Because I think I know where Howard lives. And it's the top of a giant fucking beautiful building. But I want to see Imus's terrace.
This is like when we looked at those photos of A-Rod taking a shit in his apartment, and Jim was like, "Look at that window." I was like, what happened to Jim Norton?
With great apartments. Like, I just want to look in them.
What happened to you?
What happened?
I just want to look in buildings.
You just want to get a little dog that you can walk around New York City with in a bag and look at the nice architecture.
Yeah.
Oh, that's gorgeous. That's fucking
Isn't
nice.
that amazing?
And
Yeah.
look at the inside. Like the roof almost looks a little ranchy. He
That's
just
exact-
wanted to have that kind of homey feel.
Yeah, it's a nice view of the fucking.
That looks ghetto to me.
Well, you're a man of certain taste.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you and Imus end up getting together to start?
I actually was a fan of his in high school. My clock radio was set to 66 WNBC, and he one morning he did this thing where he played Elton John, "Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me," and as the music is trailing off, he said, "Well, you're not gonna let your son go down on me. How about your daughter?" Bang into a jingle, and then it was like organ music for the rest of the morning. And so I thought, this guy's great.
Yeah.
And then stopped listening as I grew, went to college and all that. I was doing comedy, and I was doing a road gig in Jersey. It was I think it was a one-nighter deal, like Fast Buck Freddy's or one of those joints. BF Packies. And I was with a guy by the name of Mark Sheff, who was Imus's producer. And he said, you should come on Imus. Because at the time, I was opening for Soupy Sales every once in a while. And then, so I would do his show on NBC. It was just an awful, awful show. Was it bad? Oh, God, it was so fun. And I couldn't get on Soupy's show for whatever reason. I was plugging a benefit I was doing. And Chef says, well, why don't you come do Imus? So I did Imus, and I did my Tom Carvel bit for Imus. And he said, well, anytime you want, come on in. And I just decided, okay, I'm going to keep coming in. And I was coming in every other day. And then.
So you just started showing up because he said you could.
Up, and then he started having me do bits. I was doing them live in the studio. Then he wanted me to come in after the show was over and then do them in the studio for the next day.
Pre-tape.
Yeah. And I was getting paid per bit and how many times it aired. And
by the way, those are hard to do. To come up with a bit in studio, that's terrifying to me.
But I love that you were getting paid per airing of the bit.
Per airing, and which was great because Saturdays they had the best of Imus.
Right.
And so you'd get like a little extra bump from that.
But if you gave him a clunker and he didn't air it, no money.
No.
Did you have any that didn't air?
I'm sure I did. I mean, not everything I do is fantastic, Jim.
No, I don't believe that.
I haven't been witness to that.
But and then when we moved to FAN, when NBC was sold, they offered me a contract. And then.
What year was that?
It was 90?
Oh, but you didn't go. You didn't have to go in the studio every day, did you?
Yeah.
You were in studio every day?
Yeah. Not in the on-air studio. I would come in after the show was over to do the.
But did you ever come in?
Studio.
Did you ever come in? You were live too.
Oh yeah, when we moved over to MSNBC in Secaucus, he had me come in live to do a character all morning. With makeup and costume.
Brian Wilson or whatever.
Brian Wilson.
Remember when we were
Dr.
doing like
Phil.
morning radio and we'd have the TV on and we'd all just be laughing because
Watching
Rob was on TV doing Brian Wilson or Hogan or whoever.
Or the guy from Sling Blade. I used to do Carl from Sling Blade. The bald cap and that kind of stuff all morning. And then
I mean, it was just brilliant. Like it was a televised radio show. That's what MSNBC used to have on
before Morning Joe.
Right.
Yeah.
And it wouldn't even. And Rob would be sitting there for the entire show. As Hulk Hogan or Brian Wilson or whoever, Sling Blade.
Yeah.
And it was just like you would just sit there whenever Imus wanted to go to you.
Boom, I was there.
You'd be ready for it.
And you had to read your bit off the teleprompter.
Really?
Yeah, which was cool.
Did you ever have a bit completely bomb? I'm sure you did. I mean,
Oh, please. Oh, Jesus. It was so bad you would have thought Voss wrote it. That's how bad.
See, I was being nice.
I know.
The whole time.
Like, I'm sorry. I got to jump in.
Okay.
So when you're doing bits, are you playing kind of to Imus? Like, are you looking?
Always.
So when it's bombing, it's because he's looking at you like, this is dumb.
It's bombing, usually because it sucked.
Right.
And then, of course.
But that's how you know it's bombing, when Imus is like, not entertaining.
He's not laughing.
Yes.
And no one else in the studio is laughing. And then he just do these little interjections. Well, let me ask you something, Hulk. Did anything funny happen? So that was,
I regret never doing Imus. I remember.
You weren't
towards the
booked.
end,
What do you mean
I
regret?
tried to book
know.
him.
At the
I
end,
tried to book him.
I
And then
tried
he
to
stopped answering my fucking
No, that's not
calls.
true.
Wow.
No, you emailed me. I could show you the emails. I said, yeah, I want to come in, but I was going on the road or whatever. And all because I know he was. I'm pretty sure he was sober too, and I wanted to talk to him.
Yeah.
You know, I had a lot of
that sounds
common with him.
hilarious.
Yeah, that would have been really moving.
He probably would have loved that.
No, I'm not just saying it. It's just
The
sometimes-
comedian
I
wants
used to
to come
drink
in
to
and
live
talk
and
ab-
live to drink.
Oh, shut up.
The comedian wants to talk about the journey that we've taken together
Excuse
without
me.
ever knowing.
We're talking now. Listen, did you ever do Imus?
I did it a few. I wanted to do because I loved Imus in high school. Like I loved him. So I wanted to do it. Yeah, just because. But I was nervous doing it because, and I'm normally not nervous doing radio, but because I liked him so much.
Yeah.
I was invested in the fact, like, oh man, I don't want this guy to be a dick to me, and if I'm a dick to, like, I don't want to have any kind of adversarial relationship with him.
He loved you.
Did he? That's
Loved
good
you.
to know.
He would use you all the time to tell me how I wasn't going to get done. Maybe I should call Jim Norton, have him come over and do it.
Would he really do that? Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, I just wanted him to like me.
Can you imagine? Because Imus had one of those, like, and it's, I feel like it's a rarer and rarer quality. Like, no matter who you are, it seems like you just wanted to please him.
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean? He's got that effect. And the fact that, like, you could be with him for so many years, through so many iterations of this of the show, doing so many different jobs, and still he's looking at you going, I don't know, maybe I should call Norton.
Yeah.
Maybe he could take care of this.
For last year.
That's
And last
amazing.
year, he wasn't even in the studio. He was in Texas, and he was broadcasting from Texas. We were all in the studio at ABC, and he had like a studio in his house, and he broadcast from there. And so you would just hear him either on the air or in the intercom. Would be, God damn it, you better get funny, you motherfucker. Okay.
Do you think if he was on one more year, he would have invited you to his place? Do you think?
He never invited anybody. I don't think anybody but his family were ever in that apartment.
So what was the secret for you for withstanding that? Because some people, I'm sure, would be driven crazy by that kind of energy. Other people could withstand it for years and, you know, end up being friends with this man and having a great career by it.
3 words.
Yeah.
No plan B.
Yeah.
No, I mean, it's...
Like, there are people who, when it depends on how, like, when you tell this story of Imus going, like, you know, be funny, motherfucker, some people like you, or the way I would take it, would be like, that's hilarious that he did that, and then you were funnier after that. But there are people who get very sensitive about that and be like, oh, he cursed at me and I couldn't work under those conditions.
It was a roller coaster ride. I mean, it really was. I mean, there were times when, you know, you go through periods where you just thought, I'm going to get fired. It's just, I'm going to get fired.
Because he was angry at you?
Yeah, for whatever reason. And he threatened to fire me, on the air. You know,
But there's a
you know
lot
how
of
much I'm paying you, goddammit. You know how much he's making?
There's a lot of it character and bits for him too.
I don't think it's. I mean, sometimes he just likes to poke.
Yeah,
you know,
just
poke
fucking
with a
with you,
stick.
you know.
But you know, he admits it. You know, he's kind of.
But I would imagine, too, that sometimes he was just upset.
Yeah.
And his quote-unquote bit is how he actually feels, right?
I
like,
guess.
you can get away with being meaner on the air.
One thing about him, he was no bullshit. It was like he told you what he thought. He didn't, you know, mollycoddle.
Right.
Anybody, you know. I was talking about my podcast. He goes, "It was awful." So, what do you mean? You told me it was really good. It was getting better. It was awful. So,
He's speaking for the public.
How was he with Bernie?
Oh, he loved Bernie. I mean, Bernie, you know, Bernie and Lou used to chime in from the control room, and his brother Fred was in the control room with them, and Fred said, you know, you really should put them on the air, have the mic live, because they do all this comment stuff while you're on. It's hysterical, and that's how it started. That's how it started.
Oh, wow. Fred was Imus's brother Fred used to call in, and phoners are a nightmare. Like, I hate doing phoners. He would be on the phone for an hour. Like, he was one of probably the best. I mean, again, and Imus would give him room to breathe, and like, the timing was great, and Imus didn't step on him. He was a master on the phone, his brother.
And he was so fucking funny.
He was hilarious.
He'd start off a conversation like, did you ever lose fruit? He'd bought like a cantaloupe and couldn't find it. But stuff like that, he could just go on and on. I mean, he was really, really
He was
funny.
a really funny dude.
When did you stop doing comedy clubs? When you got the radio? Because
No,
you were
I-
doing clubs. You were a big headliner.
Right. I mean, I still did the clubs because I had a way to promote it. You
Yeah.
know, so I just didn't do the road, the weeks on the road
Yeah.
anymore. I would do like a one-nighter at a theater in one of our affiliate cities because at one time I think it was 150 some odd affiliates. We were
Were you
syndicated.
really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Holy
you
shit.
know,
So
it's
you-
crazy.
Like you never did like the improv circuit or any of that shit.
I mean, I did, but it became easier to just promote stuff on my own.
Yeah.
And, take
And
the
do a
door
theater.
and do a theater. And that just seemed to work out better.
Was he good about plugging your dates?
He was. I mean, he would torture me with it. He'd wait until the very last moment to do it or stuff like that, and he would break my balls. But without that kind of promotion, I couldn't have done it. You know.
Yeah.
And he also was very supportive. I mean, when I had to leave to do a pilot or,
weren't you? I mean, you were doing a Broadway show at the same time as the radio show,
I
right?
did 5 Broadway shows while I was doing the radio.
I mean, that schedule is insane.
It was kind of insane. It was, as a matter of fact, one summer, I had been cast in The Odd Couple, Nathan Lane and Matthew Broderick, and we were rehearsing on 42nd
Did
Street.
I go see that? I think
you did.
you got me a ticket and I
Yes.
saw you there. Yes.
Yes, you brought a gorgeous woman with you. I don't remember who it was, but she was beautiful.
It must have been very expensive.
Years ago, too.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I was rehearsing on 42nd Street, and then Neil Simon asked me if I would fill in for the guy who was playing Herman in Sweet Charity around the corner from where we were rehearsing, because the guy was playing that part, the guy who owned the dance hall, the character part, the fat Jewish character part, which seems to be my niche. Just through the summer, because they were going to be bringing in Wayne...
Newton.
No,
Gretzky.
Brady.
From Seinfeld. Newman.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Bruce Wayne.
He was coming in, but not until
John
the fall.
Wayne.
So at the time, we were broadcasting the show from Secaucus on MSNBC. I live on Long Island, just before Suffolk County. So I'm on the Nassau-Suffolk border. So I would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to drive to Secaucus to do the radio show.
Yeah.
The radio show was over. I would go back into the city. I would do rehearsal.
Were you driving yourself?
Yeah.
Oh my
And then
God.
I would go over to the theater to do Sweet Charity with Christine Applegate, and then I'd drive home in time to sleep for 2 hours, turn around and go back. I did that entire summer.
Isn't it weird? Why don't you just get rent a place for the summer or get something close?
Or at least get a driver.
Yeah.
When you're married, you have kids,
Yes,
you
you
just
don't-
think
The money's got to go to the kids.
Money's got to go to the kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you did it for a summer. And
Just a summer. It was.
I never thought that money goes to kids.
Yeah.
Such a
You'll
fucking
learn.
selfish
You'll learn
thing
soon.
You did.
Yeah.
My
The guy with adult children and all those rings on his fingers,
But
no, they're good.
What
They'll
year
take
was
care
that?
of themselves.
You did that?
That was 2004, I want to say, something like that.
you were such a major headline. Everybody fucking Rob Bartlett. Right? He's so good. He's great, Rob Bartlett. Was there any comics that you wanted to work with yourself that you go, oh man, that guy's fucking great, or I'd love, you know what I mean? Look up to, because everybody looked up to Rob Bartlett.
Is he auditioning?
I was going to
No,
say,
just
he wants to get on my
don't.
show.
I mean, what a-
He wants to get
What
on
are
my
you,
show.
a fucking,
whatever.
you sound like a college sophomore interviewing him for the college paper.
I like talking about old
Where do
time
you
comedy.
get your ideas from?
Shut up, you fucking turtle. What?
An interview hack.
It's not a hack. It's just
So are
questions
there
you want to-
anybody who entertains Rob Bartlett?
Oh, you guys are phonies.
You
because
make people
you're
laugh.
funny.
What
No.
makes you laugh?
You guys are such phonies because when that wrestler came in the other, whatever, you guys are like big fans of something, and everybody was I was a big fan of
You know, I'm a
Rob
big
Bartlett.
fan of good questions.
Okay, shut up. Well, fuck it. You know what? Fuck off. That's my response.
Rob, what entertains the entertainer?
Oh, yeah.
Tell me.
Oh, yeah. How about this,
Yeah.
Rob? Were you ever in his apartment? Who gives a fuck?
I would like. What do you think people want to know more?
Yeah.
What Imus's apartment
No.
look like, or who Rob wanted to work with and didn't?
Yes. No, who he
Let
liked
me
as a
ask you,
comic.
who is Rob Bartlett?
You know what? Oh, how many?
There were a couple of people on the circuit who I liked working with.
I don't care.
But I always wanted to meet like Jonathan Witters, I would have killed to have met Jonathan Winters. I think, was one of the single funniest people on the planet.
I go back and watch his Tonight Show stuff once in a while when he would just go on dressed like a fucking like a Confederate major and just do a bit about it. It was so fucking ballsy.
Okay, stupid. See what my question led into?
Yes,
okay.
two smart people talking.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I know how to start
Rich,
things up.
don't ask a bad question. Leave it to Jim and myself to make radio
Wait,
out of it,
don't
and then
say
take credit.
myself. He did. You're not even.
What are we doing right now?
You're a team.
We're cleaning up your mess.
Yeah.
He's great on those Dean Martin roasts.
I never watched those.
Oh man,
You never
some
saw
of them are
those?
actually
Moments of
really
them, but
funny.
never saw Winter
There's
Zone.
one on YouTube. It was Frank Sinatra. They're roasting Frank Sinatra, and Winters came out, and none of this was scripted. He was Mr. Sinatra's driver. He drove the bus, and we pull over the side of the road. Some of them selling a dog, and so I got this little dog, and I kind of put him up on the hood, so it looked like a hood ornament, and then of course it started to snow, and the dog got kind of tangled up in the windshield wipers, and he kind of whoa, and everybody's just laid out. I mean, just.
He was very ballsy, man. He
Really?
was really just everything was a risk. It was fun watching him.
Didn't Robin Williams get a lot from
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan
He
Winters?
loved him, yeah. It's one of the only times Robin ever shut up was on the Tonight Show with Jonathan Winters was the lead guest.
Yeah.
Oh no, Robin was the lead guest, and then Jonathan came out.
Right.
But Robin let him kind of do his thing, like without.
I think the last year Mork and Mindy, Jonathan Winters was a guest.
Yes, he was.
I think he played Mork's son, apparently.
Oh, that's right.
And they would devote 10 minutes of the show just to the two of them to do their stuff. Just kind of
Ad-lib together.
together.
When you're doing those runs of when you were on the radio and doing the Broadway show runs, right? And the Broadway show would end, and it went back to just doing radio. Would you be sitting there going like, "How the hell do people have days that are this long?" Like
boring question. Boring. Who cares what he thinks about how people's days are? Ugh, radio hack.
Somebody's sensitive.
Somebody gets miffed.
Somebody got sensitive about his bad interview question.
That his inside the actor's studio question was mocked.
Somebody got upset that he got humiliated in front of someone he admired.
Please. Ugh, I'm here by accident anyhow.
It's like anything else. You get used to it, and then there's a void, and then you get used to the void, and
right.
then
you get another show, and you're like, how the fuck am I going to do both?
How the hell am I going to do this now?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was there was after we got fired. At MSNBC,
that was Nappy Head Hose, right?
Yeah. We were off for a couple months.
Did you think it was over?
No.
You knew something would come up.
Yeah, it just seemed to me like it was not, and he was sure that he was going to be coming back.
Oh, he knew it?
He knew in his heart that he'd be coming back, I think. I mean, I don't know. But there was a couple of months where we weren't working. I was just doing Broadway show. I was just doing Chicago, just that. So I led the real actor's life, and man, that is the fucking best.
Yeah, you want to talk to some of these actors and be like, do you know how easy this is?
No idea. This is cake. This is nothing.
Yeah. Broadway, like, I'm sure it's boring doing the same show over and over again, but it's also got to be pretty nice that you learn the part in the beginning of the show. Well, and once you've learned it, you just get to do that for like...
Yeah, you do stuff during the run, a long run especially, just to amuse yourself.
Right.
When I was doing How to Succeed with Dan Radcliffe, I can't remember his name. God,
Daniel Radcliffe.
No, the guy who played the boss was on...
Gordon Gekko.
No.
I think it was Gordon Gekko.
No.
Look it up on your phone.
Oh, why would you bring it up, Rich?
Fuck you. Fuck you, boss. Anyway, we would try to make each other laugh on stage. When I was doing Little Shop, there was a scene where I come in from stage left, and the stage manager would hand me a piece of paper, and on it was the way I had to play the scene. I had to play the scene with a lisp, or I had to play the scene like I had to pull up my ass, right? And so I would do the entire scene as that. I could just hear one person behind me laughing. It's the stage manager.
And
so
it's
just
like,
do shit like that.
Just the fact that it's something new, you're like, I live for this.
What do you mean, Timur? I mean, he was a really deaf guy. And you're not supposed to, but everyone kind of.
Yeah, now you're co-star from How to Succeed, Nick Jonas. is in the biggest movie in the world.
That's right.
Jumanji made $60 million over the weekend.
Kevin and,
Did it really?
The Rock,
$60 million.
It's crazy.
Wow.
The first one made $30 million its first weekend. They were like, we'll probably make about $30 million for the sequel, and then it went ahead and made 60.
Well, they're promoting it so well on
Yes.
Rock's Instagram.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 150 million followers, and him and Kevin and Danny DeVito and Danny Glover are doing these great videos. It's just so smart.
Meanwhile,
Really
poor
smart.
Clint Eastwood made $14 for his Richard Jewell movie.
People are saying it's because it's controversy. No one cares about the story.
Yes.
We all remember it, and it was fascinating.
Can I tell you
but
the
it's
truth?
not compelling to run out and watch it in a movie.
96. I was 13, 14 years old. I barely remember. I don't remember all the
I
controversy.
remember the story. Richard Jewell was falsely accused of the Olympic bombing in Atlanta. Yeah, it was Atlanta.
Yeah.
But it's just it's not as compelling a story, I guess,
As Jumanji.
Yeah, that's a but you know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I'm not pressed to run out and watch it. I would watch it on Netflix.
Yeah, me too. It looks like it's going to be good, but I'm not,
How much did The Irishman make in the theaters?
17.
Not as much on the theaters. It was only so limited.
Right, it was so limited. I know.
I know it did very well on Netflix.
I
though.
loved it.
I really, I had no idea you were in it. And then I thought, this guy doing Rickles looks familiar. And then I realized it was you. It's kind of like when you played Lenny Bruce on that TV show.
Yeah.
don't
the
insult
long
Jim.
shot.
What do you call Pesci? If Pesci doesn't win an Oscar or nominated,
That was a career-defining
Yeah,
It's
role
amazing.
for
And they had to
Pesci.
pull him out of retirement for it, too.
Yeah.
Hey, when they, I wanted to, the Oscars, some shortlist got released. Do they have Best Picture, or is it only certain? What's that?
I think just documentary and animated.
Oh, it was? Okay.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll get nominated, though. I mean, he got nominated for Golden
I want to see if
Globe.
De Niro does. He kind of got snubbed, and he was so great in that, too. I hate to see him not get a nomination.
Yeah, I feel like De Niro didn't get nominated because Pacino and Pesci were so good in that movie. But De Niro was still better in that movie than most people in other movies this year.
I agree.
I think all three of them deserve to get recognized.
Rich?
if you don't win Best Cameo,
well, Oh, you mean for Chip Chipperson?
No, he's talking about the Irishman.
Oh.
Yeah.
That would have been great if you did Chip Chipperson as Rickles. That would have been.
No, I thought he meant the cameo account.
Yeah.
That Chip does cameo shout-outs.
Oh, really?
Oh, they're so much fun.
What is it, just on your mind all the time?
Nobody said cameo.
I know, but I didn't. I was like, clearly, we're talking about the Irishman.
Think of the group?
It's terrible. Are you on Cameo, Rob Bartlett?
No.
You know what Cameo is?
Yeah.
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 Chip Chipperson is grossly successful on it. And I say grossly because it's disgusting.
Is it really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's terrible.
How much do they charge?
$69.
Of course.
Of course. Of course. Rich, why are you on Cameo?
Because nobody wants to hear a lisp for their birthday.
Can I tell you something? I scroll
great
through
on
the
it.
names. I don't know half of these fucking people, and they want $100,
Yeah.
$200. And who the fuck are you? Oh, that's great.
There are a lot of people that are like YouTube personalities or Instagram personalities or whatever.
yeah.
You don't know who they are.
My 12-year-old got 2 million views on her TikTok account. I mean,
Wow.
2 million.
Isn't it
Why would
crazy?
you wait? Why wouldn't you say that proudly of your 12-year-old
Because
instead
she's
of
doing better than me.
I
Because
see.
she's
So you're
smarter
better
than you.
about it, yeah.
What'd she do in the TikTok video? Was it was she lip syncing a song? What was she doing?
Dancing or whatever.
You didn't even pay attention.
Why don't you go in the
No.
fucking
Your 12-year-old.
Because she was doing some computer shit or whatever.
Your
She's too smart.
12-year-old just created something that is bigger than any accomplishment you've ever had in show business.
will have.
That's true.
Yes.
And you won't even pay attention to it.
I did. I ask her every day how many more likes and
You don't even know what the video is.
And you don't even
It's-
go you watch it yourself?
You've never seen the video.
I'm not on TikTok.
Well, Rich,
No, you're not.
You're on the back nine of your career. You can see the clubhouse
I'm in
from
the
where
clubhouse.
you are. It's your children are going to do better than you. Like my youngest son is in a band called Max Seal, and they just released an album a couple weeks ago, and they're doing these tours. 4, 5, 6 week tours across the country. They're getting huge.
But let me ask you, are you proud of your son? Or are you Voss, bitter and mad at
No,
him for
I'm
his
very
success?
proud of my kid.
You
but
didn't
I'm
even watch
also-
the video.
I'm also envious. I mean,
You are.
This is the very beginning of his career.
Right? You're like, I had that at one point.
And they're great. I mean, and they really have international fans. It's because of the internet. It's,
Yeah.
it's amazing. They show up at towns that they've never been to before, and there are people there to see them.
It's incredible.
Are you on your show? Is it just you on stage, or you have other things that they?
I used to do I used to bring a girl group with me called
The Bartletts.
The Bartletts.
I remember that.
And they would open the show. They would do like 50s and 60s girl group songs, and then I'd come out and do my thing, and I would bring them back at the end to do a number together. I would do my James Brown bit or whatever it was I would do with them. But then it got expensive. So
You have to pay them, yeah.
I said, you're gone. If you're fine, I can do it myself. No, it's just me. It's just me. And it's changed over the years. Like I was thinking about when I first started, the types of bits I was doing. I wasn't really doing traditional stand-up. I was doing character pieces, like little set, almost one-in-one sketches.
Yeah.
And then as it went along, I'd still do them, but then I started getting into doing observational stuff, just really stand up with a microphone. And so the act is a combination of those two things. And of course, I will be doing the Salmonella's Night Before Christmas in Brooklyn bit, which is.
Do you still do the Beatles bit?
I used to. I won't do it, for Christmas. But
yeah.
What was it? The dogs playing.
Dogs at a Cocktail Party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the first bits I ever did.
Did it really?
Yeah, one of the first bits I ever did. Dixon's Dogs at a Cocktail Party. It was so stupid.
Did you now? Was it a pain in the ass to travel with the tennis racket?
A lot of times, I would forget it and I'd have to find a place to get a wooden tennis racket. And go to Salvation Armies and places like that.
You fucking prop backs are all the same.
I'm telling you. I used to have the suitcase, like Nelson.
No.
I used to work with a suitcase.
Remember Frankie who pulled out his little piano?
Yeah. Frankie.
Jim, are you marveling at Rob's politeness for answering that question about the tennis racket?
You don't know what it is. You don't even know what.
You
that
said, was
means.
it tough to travel with a tennis racket?
You don't know why he traveled with a tennis racket.
That's not what you asked him.
I said, was it tough because he used to use a tennis racket?
Was it a bigger tennis racket or was it a standard size tennis racket?
Because he used
then the question remains the same.
You fucking moron, you bearded cocksucker. Let me tell you what I'm talking about.
You have a beard and suck cocks as well.
Yeah. It's a goatee.
Because when he did the Beatles, he used a tennis racket.
I just brought up the Beatles bit.
That's why I said, was it tough to drive with
Why would it be difficult to travel with a tennis racket?
The bottom line is, could he do the bit with or without the racket, you fucking idiot? That's what I was saying. Can you do the Beatles without the tennis racket? Indirectly, I was saying that. You see what I'm saying?
I did it once with a pizza paddle. That wasn't as good.
Now we got that out of him.
We got there.
I'm trying to help you out, Rich.
No,
I'm trying to bail you out.
Yeah, really? Tell me never to come here again.
Well, you'll have to come back tomorrow because that's when your album actually comes out.
Oh, yeah, an album.
My sixth one. My sixth. Yeah, my sixth. It's coming out tomorrow. When I Saw Hamilton.
I've only heard amazing things about it, and all your albums
said by
have been
Rich.
great. Yeah, well,
I've not heard anything about it, but I'm happy that you're doing it.
If you search iTunes, you can pre-order now When I Saw Hamilton by Rich Voss. You can also spend your holidays that Saturday between Christmas and New Year's. You can head to Waterbury, Connecticut, and you can see Rob Bartlett's holiday extravaganza with or without the tennis racket.
That's right.
Yes. And don't forget, Creeps with Kids tour starts up again in January.
Yep.
We're in Michigan. We got the Brigada. We got a bunch of stuff. Tampa. Go to creepswithkidstour.com.
You can follow Rob on Twitter at the Robio, RIBIO.
ROBIO.
What did I say?
A. You said A. B.
I did?
Yeah, you think he's Jewish.
The Rabio.
The Robio, ROBIO. And that's got all his tour information.
And then the Rob Bartlett Radio Comedy Hour podcast still available.
Still available, no matter what.
Every week.
Yes.
Did you ever use a badminton racket instead of a tennis?
I did actually once, Rich. I used a pizza paddle once and a
How's Gary
cane
doing?
once. Gary's doing great.
Tell him I said hi.
I will.
I still know his number by heart.
You do.
What else?
Probably
do you,
because
what
you kept
else
calling it and wouldn't get work.
Huh?
Didn't Gary book you the night before you
went to rehab?
Yeah.
I called Gary. I told you. I called Gary. I go, listen, I'm going to rehab tomorrow. I need a one-nighter so I can go get high before I go to rehab. And I did BF Packies, got $60, went, bought 4 vials of crack, smoked them till sunup, and went to rehab and never picked up. But I thank Gary for that for years.
There you go.
Thank you.
Saved my life, too.
It was so funny, Gary, and his wife was so nice.
Oh, yeah, they're great.
So nice.
They're great. I mean, I know him longer than I know my wife. We've been together longer than I've been married.
Gary
Grant.
Did you ever work for him?
No.
We, we were working on a thing from Ferns. We got together. It was a video project. It was called Magazine du Jour. It was supposed to be a takeoff on those magazine shows that were happening, a bunch of sketches and stuff. And that's how we met, and we bonded over our mutual love for the Beatles, and the rest is, as I say, history. But I got really sick with Crohn's, like to the point where I was, they say, 2 days from checking out.
Wow.
Because I'd gotten septic, my system, because I was so in denial that I was sick. I weighed like 70 pounds. It was ridiculous. I had to do, when I worked, I had to sit on a stool to do stand-up because I couldn't stand. I was that weak. And he actually picked me up and carried me to the hospital.
Wow.
To send.
He didn't have a
save my
car?
life. I just thought the walk would be nice.
I used to send him cartoons of Messina. Of Rick. I used to make these cartoons. Like Messina goes homo for Christmas. And Gary, I used to just make these cartoons, and Gary loved them. I put the Most Brothers in it and stuff. God, those. Oh.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you, Rob. Good seeing you, Rich. Good luck,
That's
buddy.
it?
Well, yeah, we were wrapping up, and then
We'll be back with more Jim Norton and Sam Roberts.